What's up, Hippo lovers and Dave lovers? We will have AM against Tempo in the two-pool semifinals. We will have the first, or the top row, being 7 civilizations that a team did draw for themselves. And then we have the second row in purple. Those are 7 civilizations that the opponent's team did draw for them. Over all the games, you have to always pick 1 civilization out of the first pool and 1 civilization out of the second pool. That's why we have the name. And I'm excited to see what's going to happen. With me is Dave, who can tell me some about those teams while we see a pause at the start.
Is there a pause at the start? Because I'm going.
I'm
moving. I'm shaking.
Okay.
I'm at 140.
Oh, no. Okay. It's just capture age jumping. Whoopsie.
Yeah, capture age doing its thing. Yep.
So we have AM.
Well, AM versus Tempo in this super amazing 2v2 matchup. Like Nilly said earlier, Liereyy and Hera are definitely the favorites going in here. And MbL and Nicov have to do something crazy to make their way through this set, in your opinion. I think MbL is fully capable of that. Whether Nicov can dial up the crazy meter and get where he needs to be is another question. Because he strikes me as less of a crazy player and more of just an excellent macro, fast, good execution type of player.
This is also the moment where I always ask my co-caster and the chat to give me some prediction. What do you think, guys? What would be the final score? Let's say AM at the left-hand side, Tempo at the right-hand side, like we have it here.
I think Tempo 4-2.
Okay. So 2-4 prediction there. I will go even more one side. I will go for 1-4 prediction. I think Tempo will be in full control. And yeah, chat is heavily agreeing with us, going for a lot of victories there for Tempo. So, maybe talking a bit about the civilizations. Hera is playing as Franks, has to love those. He's going with Liereyy, who is playing Vietnamese. Both players have to be happy with their civilizations. On the other side, Chinese and Bulgarians. Where do we see the edges? It has to be with Tempo.
Yeah, I think Tempo's just got the more standard civ. I'm interested to see what Bulgarians can do here, especially when they're so close to the Vietnamese. Archer player versus Cav player on both sides. The Chinese, it feels like it's going to be difficult for MbL to get his base secure. It's really open at the front there. So we'll see how he decides to wall. Maybe we'll see like an egg shape, as we've seen with MbL so many times.
Yeah, they call those potato walls, and feels really fitting. Oh, opens with a Drush here. Is Chinese playing Drush FC? Is collecting 10 gold? Feels very likely.
Like I said, I want to see where the walls are coming down, but it is MbL. So he might start walling any second now with like 5 villagers and secure this whole area. It's going to be difficult for him. His berries are so far out there.
Yeah. Well, with the barracks there, he's trying to generate some natural walls in front of it. Also, if he's building the mill on that hill, that would be on cracked terrain, could go down if there was some aggression coming later on. We already see Loom from Hera. He is playing Pop 19.
Pop 19 scouts with Franks. So by the time the Drush gets to his base, he's going to have the stable going up. And he's going to be in a decent position. He can also wall his wood line quite nicely and potentially wall to the TC there. So I think I really like Hera's position here.
MbL sending 4 villagers out to the deer in the back. You have to mill this then, right? Otherwise you only send 3. So this one will be really open, and he will be so late in walling all this. I think he needs to start ASAP.
Yeah, and he is going to mill that. Is he not going to wall at all here?
Well, then the series might be shorter than we expected.
Yeah, this is really weird. You'd think with MbL, right? Okay, he's placing some farms now. He's just not opting to wall at all.
Luckily, this isn't Hidden Cup. Otherwise, we would be completely confused.
And he's going to Nicov instead of Hera. And Nicov is waiting there with the scout as well.
Liereyy still at home. This could be nice. This could be nice indeed. 5 villagers there, not walled. Scout is coming over. No, Lierey's still not there. How many villagers are we going to see die?
Good. This is really great. Liereyy fails the quick wall attempts, and he's forced back to his TC. Now he's off wood over there. I think one villager might go down.
Oh god, that's not the greatest blocks ever. Let's take a look. TC gets one volley off. Not that much damage. One villager down. Okay. That worked out quite reasonably well. But also worked out quite lucky for Liereyy how he squeezed through there initially.
Yeah, now the scouts from Hera. I mean, there's an obvious place for them to go, right? And that's right to MbL's base. And MbL, he's still open, Nilly. How often do we see this from him?
I'm really confused how he wants to play this. Also, he's not really the guy that likes to play Drush into Flush. Did he get lamed and we missed it or something? No, it's still low HP on Hera Scout, so he didn't lame. Neither did Liereyy.
Well, Hera's coming across. Spearman with a couple scouts. And the berries are still completely open. He does have food at the back with those zebra. And he is on the way to the feudal age, but it's going to be really annoying pressure here from Hera.
Oh, okay. Well, let's take a look. He will push those away for now. Only now going on to gold. And I think this is an archer play simply. 28 villagers uptime, but his economy is simply not looking like Castle Age. He should have 0 gold in the bank now.
And let's see if he gets these houses down.
Good
wow.
job.
Really great job from MbL there. And even with all these units on the front here, all Hera's managed to do right now is push him off the berries. I mean, granted, MbL is spending wood on the house walls, but he's going to have to do that anyway, so.
But MbL still needs a lot of gold, right? 100 gold for the mining camp, then 325 for blacksmith and archery range. Sitting at 175 right now. We'll get some back with the houses, but eco development, not that pretty. And did they not scout Nicov yet?
Well, they have Vietnamese.
Yeah, they should know,
So,
right?
yeah.
But they aren't telling Hera.
Well, wouldn't that just be a typical Liereyy Hera tempo teamwork right there?
Well. Okay, archer range now up. Defensive archer being built. And yeah, as you can see, food eco doesn't look that great. So Drush FC completely out of the question. Did go for the eco upgrade. And now, oh, Liereyy actually got in with a hole.
Yeah, he got in. There's a couple archers there. The spearmen are being annoying.
It's double hole. It's still open. It's still open there. Finally, it's closed.
Well, good recovery, I guess, from Nicov there. But he's
Oh,
gonna have
still
to wall it
blocking
again.
with the archers. So good.
They're in again, and Nicov is forced to bring his scouts back. He's going to engage against the spearmen with the villagers. He needs to take out those spearmen, and he's going to try and take out the archers with the scouts behind. This is just so avoidable for him. Great pressure, though, from Liereyy to get in there in the first place and hold it open.
Oh yeah, that second block was so good there with the archers not allowing the rewall. And Terra didn't lose a single scout, dealt a lot of damage. He has to be happy with that one as well.
Yep. And now MbL is going to send his units over to Hera, but surprise, surprise, off of those that 19 pop scout build, Hera is fully walled. So MbL is going to have to loop all the way around to the north. Sorry, fully walled on the left side, not in the north.
Not going for the small walls behind the gold there. Has to spearman there for the defense. Obviously, they knew really well where the opponent's army is. And now MbL is coming with an interesting army. 3 militia, 1 scout, 2 spearmen, 1 archer.
Normally, I'd say the militia don't have much value here, but they're actually going to do really well taking out the spearmen and just providing that extra little bit of pressure. And Hera doesn't have any other production buildings other than his stable and the barracks, so it's going to be difficult for him to deal with this army.
Scouts completely at the other side of the map. Villages all full HP though, and with that 1 archer, I think damage output is not there to really pressure too much. I would assume like 1 villager dying, but then he should be fine.
Yeah, there's the 1, and now he's going to move away, but that's good harassment considering the army composition for MbL. It's not very mobile. It's not high damage output. So taking one villager and forcing all of this from Hera is really nice from him.
Uh-oh.
He's gonna get in him.
Is he? Oh, another block. Those players are so good at finding holes and forcing the opponent to look bad.
That's fantastic play from MbL, and I think he's going to get another villager here, Nilly. Blocking with the scout. Amazing raids coming from such a weird army from MbL on the back of Hera's base here.
Revenging Nicov a bit. Good job here. And that is such a small army. And as you said, finding quite some damage. Impressive. Castle Age timing now. Liereyy sending his army over. Obviously an army that completely clears this one up. But did Liereyy just delete his lumber camp?
I think he had palisade walls there as well. So maybe he deleted everything. Weird.
Okay. Oh, that just
so
happened.
MbL's group of 2 spearmen, 3 militia, and a scout and an archer did so much damage. They killed 2 villagers, forced out a tower, forced out the house walls, pulled Liereyy's entire army over. Now MbL looping around with a couple more archers into Liereyy's wood line. And the scouts from Hera running into the TC.
Yeah. Won't find too much. Those archers of MbL won't find much. Triple archer range play by MbL. He will go for lots of crossbows. Nicov then with his small map. I think we could see him going for mass knights as well. I think this will be really big in Castle Age, and don't mind it with Chinese and Bulgarians.
It's funny here that the only person on here that's playing open is the one that has received the least eco damage out of everyone on this map. Nicov got hit pretty hard. Liereyy got hit at the beginning by the Drush. Hera got hit pretty hard by MbL's army. And MbL's economy, all he did was run away from the berries, basically.
Yeah, well, pushed away from them. Also didn't go for the last zebra, but still. Yeah, was pretty good job there for sure. Everyone on the way to Castle except Hera, who already is now going for some stone at the front, wants to add some TCs. And I see a lot of axes at the front of Nikov's base, so that seems to be the next angle of attack.
Yeah, Nikov's base is kind of tiny here. He'll need to expand with some TCs and secure another wood line at least. It's looking really, really risky, especially if the range units from Liereyy get over here with some knight backup from Hera.
Hera not going crazy. All in is adding 2 TCs behind this, while Liereyy plays only 2 archer ranges, so crossbow numbers could be better for MbL. Let's take a look if Nicov can hold this. Certainly not alone. I think MbL needs to send his army over.
Yeah, and I think once Nicov X's the knights, MbL might move that way, because you have to assume that Lierey's going to follow wherever his teammate goes, right?
Yeah, he would at least assume so. Liereyy now in Castle Age. More access there at the front. Hera trying to find an angle. Nicov is still open at the front, but that's where his army is. Gets a TC up at the front. Still, the gold field's really exposed.
Yeah, the gold from him is super open there, and the wood lines are open, like I mentioned before. MbL did a good job killing some reinforcements there and weakening some knights from Hera, but now his army is kind of in the no man's land, and Nicov is probably going to loop around and try and desperately meet up with that. See if Liereyy can stop him.
Liereyy opting for Thumbring first, is now getting ballistics. We already have ballistics for MbL. Let's see how many villager kills he finds. Well, slight lead there when it comes to villagers by Hera, who's trying to micro away, but will still have a knight loss. And it seems like Nicov, who was scared for a bit that he might lose a lot of villagers, pretty safe simply because MbL is so present on the map.
MbL's played this really nicely so far, I think. A good defense at the beginning, good harassment in the middle, and then he managed to thread the needle through the middle of the map without getting any of his crossbows killed. And it's pulled the army from Liereyy and Hera away from Nikov's space. Now Nicov looping into Hera's economy with some knights. That will be annoying. And the whole army from Tempo is now chasing.
Yeah, and they have the bigger army and aren't guaranteed to kill the army. Or actually, it's very, very likely that MbL will get away. And that's a horrible situation for them.
Yeah, sometimes the best defense is a good offense, right? Even if you're not doing any damage, just running around like that can be super annoying. And Nicov takes out a couple villagers from Hera here. And now MbL's on the woodline from Liereyy.
Let's see how many kills he will find. Some crossbows there to defend. Oh, instant reaction by Liereyy. Loses 2 and some crossbows.
Yeah, but decent damage there from MbL. Now they're going to have to chase, and Nicov is at the front of Lierey's base, near that gold. If he gets in through that gate, it could be disastrous.
Oh, God. Honestly, just for the trash talk potential, I would really, really love to see Nicov and MbL win this series.
Yep. And now Liereyy is under all sorts of pressure here, Nilly. He's bringing his main army back, but the Knights from Hera are not there. They were distracted with the Knights from Nicov in his own base.
And the 3 militia and spearmen, the heroes of the battlefield from earlier battles. Around, but only looking at it. Not really engaging yet. More vills down.
This game is... It's an interesting argument for being really aggressive in a 2v2, right? Because even if you have a less amount of army, if you're keeping your opponent's army back at their base, in the end it works out for in your favor, as long as you're not taking terrible trades.
Yeah, very, very true. And that's what we often see in Age of Empires, right? The guys that are sending out the first army in Feudal Age can just dictate the game, get up to Castle Age sometimes earlier. And the opponent just always has to have a tiny bit more at a spot that they actually don't want.
Yep. And it's, you know, credit to Nicov. He hasn't really lost many knights. And credit to MbL. He hasn't taken any bad trades. He wipes up a knight from Hera at the top there. Nicov is into Hera's base again with knights. Liereyy, however, has a big force coming forward, and he's got a couple villagers there. He's going for siege.
Okay, remember he has Thumbring. I don't think I saw that one from MbL. Score virtually identical. We are now moving in against the against the eco there. And that's the full eco by Nicov, right? All 3 TCs on one screen.
He's kind of clustered. It'd be difficult if the knights from Hera are able to support this crossbow army from Liereyy, and he has some mangonels behind. It's going to be a really tough clear up, especially if Nicov and MbL are behind in military numbers. But I feel like Nikov's going to be holding the knights from Hera in his own base for a long time here.
Yeah, feels like a tower really low. That could be 4 or 5 dead villagers. No, jumps onto the knights now. And he, with Bulgarian, should always have the upgrade advantage. Indeed, one more attack for him. Villagers are trying to flee. Let's take a look. Feels like an even fight, but all the vills are dying.
Really great raiding there from Nicov. And now MbL is here at Nikov's base to support him. Liereyy just kind of waiting for his siege numbers before he pushes. And he's opted for rams here. Interesting choice against a player going knights.
He's more of a ram guy. But yeah, I think mangonels feel like the more natural unit. Because you are not taking any damage. But maybe he felt, okay, we need to do some damage here. And I have to use my army ASAP. And then rams again are the better choice.
I think he's going to be very surprised by the fact MbL has his entire crossbow mass over on this side of Nikov's base. They had no vision on that for quite a while. And now, yeah, the rams have to back up. The knights from Hera are going to die to the ballistic crossbows from MbL. And now the rams are looking like not a very good decision at all here, Nilly.
Oh, Hera losing all his knights as well.
And MbL's up to imp.
What?
Great play from him. Oh my, he's playing like a beast right now. What?
Liereyy really low in villagers. They're only now adding his 3rd TC. Everyone else was on 3 TCs for quite some time. And where are you trying to find an angle now? They're trying to run over the whole map to go to MbL. Feels like it.
MbL at 80 villagers too. Very, very similar numbers to Hera and Nicov. And Liereyy might be thinking of clicking up to imp soon, but doesn't have the resources in the bank. And he's at the lowest vill count.
Oh man, yeah, quite behind. Has to add some more farms first. And doesn't really know where to use his army. Now losing his forward base will really hurt him. Like, the thing is, if they are attacking MbL, I think Nicov can just go for the attack towards Lierey's base.
Yeah, and Liereyy doesn't... I mean, his rams are coming across the map very slowly here, really. But he doesn't have much potential to push past these production buildings from MbL unless Hera sends his entire army here. And if Hera sends his entire army here, the army from Nicov and MbL at the top can do so much damage to Liereyy.
Oh yeah, look at that. Gold has to be evacuated, villagers dying regardless. Gate is broken, and the army for Liereyy simply not really having the numbers.
Oh man. And they have to do a ton of damage to MbL here. MbL has 5 archer ranges, and he's about to get all the Imperial upgrades. He just needs to not die for the next minute.
61 crossbows on the field by MbL.
What a beast. Oh my god.
Archer ranges, as you said. What are the 2 rams doing? What's their goal?
They're going for the TC.
Oh. And MbL can afford all the upgrades with this reasonable economy there, and obviously Chinese bonus. And look at that, Liereyy Hera. They killed 1 market, killed some crossbows, and they have to bail. They have to go and find another angle again.
They're both up to the Imperial Age now, but MbL's going to have fully upgraded Arbalest in the back of Lierey's base. There's still knights from Nicov running around there. Liereyy is going to get pushed off that gold again. And now Liereyy, probably desperate to do some damage, is going to loop all of his crossbows to the south of Nicov. But no siege and no knights there to support that.
Let's take a look. It should be some dead villagers at the main gold there for sure. But if Nicov just pulls them away...
Ooh, Hera could catch this army from MbL at the back. Hera could catch this.
They are perfect positioning. No way, Dave!
Dude, what?
This is the perfect surround, perfect positioning. And MbL, he had the unstoppable army. He had the unkillable army. Arbalest, all the upgrades against only Castle Age. And Hera finds the perfect engagement.
Yep. But while he was busy over there, Nikov's on the gold again from Hera, constantly harassing the resources. He killed quite a few villagers there. And remember, MbL still has a good army. He still has a good count of crossbows. Sorry, Arbalest, and he's engaging against Liereyy right now at Nikov's base.
Takes the uphill fight. Lots of dancing happening. I think both players are relatively happy with that fight even.
Yeah, Liereyy is kind of out of place back there, so as long as he gets a decent trade, he should be happy. Oh boy, man, that fight for MbL at the back was so bad.
He still won it, but not really in the fashion that he wanted.
It's still going to be tough for the Tempo boys here, especially if MbL decides to go for a forward position against Hera or techs into maybe some halberdiers here to deal with the Cavalier that are incoming.
The big problem is MbL's army will lose in value now once Cavaliers with the last armor upgrade are around. And there's no real buffer by Nicov because he's still 2.5 minutes away from Imp even. Not even talking about upgrades.
I think the buffer for him was the raiding that he was doing, but now all the knights are dead. Well, for the most part, he's still killing villagers, though.
MbL's army, there's quite some raids happening. 87 wills and 75 both the boys. Solid numbers above 100. More archery ranges being added by MbL. Is there a chance that he maybe should have added some halberdiers?
Yeah, I saw him getting squires, so I think he thought about it. He just hasn't teched into it yet. I mean, he's got 6 archery ranges producing Arbalests, which is fine, but as soon as those Cavalier numbers get up to a certain point, suddenly you just have to sit in your base because you'll always lose that fight out in the open.
Let's take a look at this one. Hera's trying to micro towards it. 55 Arbalests on the field, but obviously there mixed some army there in Lierey's back, and now he has to disengage. Not the prettiest one for sure. Villager count doesn't look too fair though. 250 against 170.
MbL with another army at the back of Lierey's base. He's been here so many times this game. Unfortunately, gonna run right into the army from Liereyy on the hill. Not a great engagement from MbL there.
Yeah, indeed, to do some right-clicking, and Hera, now with the Cavaliers and more production, defensive castle. MbL probably wanted to have a bit more open one. Arbalest there for the defense. I think that's not a great fight for Hera.
No, that's not. And this is where MbL's Arbalest shine. When they're sitting by his own buildings where they can get into choke points. It's just pushing across that open space is going to be very, very tough for him if he doesn't have anything like Halberdier. I see he's making one Spearman right now, Nilly. So he's thinking about it.
3 Spearmen produced, but only 1 barracks that he initially built there in front of his mill that he completely ignored afterwards. Probably not enough. And look at that. Sends all his army to the other side. Probably Nicov asking for some help.
Yeah, and the Arbalest and Cavalier from Hera+Liereyy are now going to meet up. Kind of combine their powers or attempt to meet up. Hera running right through all the Arbalests from MbL. Luckily only loses 1 unit.
Now get stirrups for Nicov. His Cavaliers will attack faster. Hera, in the end, obviously will get Paladin, which is kind of the killer unit that we could see this game. But till then, Nicov will have the better army, but that's a lot of Arbalest. 57 here for Liereyy. Uh-oh. This game is still completely open. I think both teams can win it.
Yep. That is so many Arbalests there from Liereyy, and now the Arbalest from MbL slightly out of position. He's got to find a way to get to Nicov and have Nicov sit in front of him. He's microing down the Arbalest from Liereyy, but he's always going to lose that fight, Nilly. I feel like you have to move your Arbalest back and try and get the Cavalier from Nicov in front.
But why do we have so many light cap from Nicov? Where is his gold? Where did he lose all his gold? I'm so confused that it's 44 minutes into the game and we can't afford Cavaliers anymore.
Yeah, he was attempting to expand to the gold at the back. The scouts from Hera killing some villagers. But now it's Arbalest and Cavalier versus only Cavalier and Light Cav on this front. And MbL desperately trying to stream over units. And MbL actually going for a forward position against Hera, which I don't hate here.
Especially if he sees, okay, Liereyy is having the immobile army and is very far in Nikov's space. Yep. Maybe the Halberdier trap push that we were talking about earlier could be nice against a player that is going for Paladins exclusively.
Yeah, and Hera's going to have to divide his attention here. If that castle for Hera goes down, there's like nothing behind it.
But no important resources, right? Yeah, lots of farms could go down, but Hera can rebuild them in the back. We really have to check, why is Nicov not having enough gold there? There's 1 gold spot at the top that is not fully mined. The one at the top is empty, and his main gold still has some. Well, we'll see MbL taking another engagement against Liereyy.
Pop out your light cav. Just keep the production going. He's got Cavalier coming from behind. MbL is still there with Arbalest. They should be able to clear up this army. And now MbL is pushing with Arbalest and Trebs against Hera's base. Hera just signaled that, so maybe they have to shift their focus over there now.
Still not the greatest fight for AM, I feel. Still the heal advantage for Liereyy. MbL, yeah, he's helping out quite a bit. But this was so much of Nicov that he invested. He's down to 1 single Cavalier, while in the future we will see Hera Paladins only.
They are setting up the trade, though. AM will be the first team with trade carts on the field. The castle from Hera is going to go down. I'd love to see...
Dave, we will see a Dave move. Left-hand side. Look at that trade card. Trap in the market.
That's the Dave. That's literally me. That's me. Paladin, though. In for Hera, and now he's going to push against these Arbalests. And where are the Halberdiers from MbL? He's just now adding barracks. I feel like this should have been done 5 minutes ago, Nilly.
Oh, Hera, is he maybe pulling this one back? It feels like it. The traps are still 1 alive. Paladins are clearing this one up.
Oh,
Did we maybe see some sling?
I know where the Halberdier res went. He researched Bombard Tower. Very MbL move. That's where all that res went. I see.
What is that? 800 food, 400 wood if you aren't Chinese. So, yeah, could have been some more there. Now adding lots of the barracks. Those are a lot of exposed villagers. And all of a sudden, Dave, after being behind like 60, 70 population, it's basically even.
Yep, and I love the stone walls that Liereyy put up near Nikov's base. He's just trying to pen him in there. You can see how much attention MbL and Nicov have to pay those walls. They don't want those to stay up. And Liereyy actually getting fortified wall and walling behind too.
Oh, but really good engagement here with the Hussars. They got behind as well. Arbalest are trying to squeeze through. Not too easy, though. And Liereyy will lose everything. That's not an easy army to rebuild.
Look at MbL's economy.
What economy? Oh, holy
Paladins
moly.
everywhere. Paladins literally everywhere. The Halberdier research is just in. I can't help but feel like the res spent on Bombard Tower and the effort spent on it is just not worth it in this situation.
Oh, and this could be a big, big blame game. It was looking so good for AM at times.
Yep. Yep. And now he's losing his entire army against Liereyy. Oh, MbL, you started out so well here.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that hill there. Not looking too pretty. And now Paladins killing that trade as well. Suddenly 50 population lead for Tempo. Did the Paladins really win the game there?
Feels like it. I mean, if you're going for a forward against Franks and you know they're going into Cavalier, if you're in MbL's shoes, why would you not add Halberdier sooner? It doesn't make any sense. Your Arbalists are always going to lose that fight.
Well, Dave, we are very clever and we see things ahead of time. He is getting some bomber towers out, though. So he might be happy with that at least.
Yeah, they're trying to secure the trade, but look at the walls from Tempo are in. The castles are... Or no, that's a castle from Nicov. Near Lierey's trade. I thought that was Lierey's castle.
It's a really aggressive one, right? Oh man, population's 110 now for MbL. Defensive castle for Liereyy. Probably trap war should go in favor. Because where are you even putting your traps if you're Nicov? That's so ugly.
It's a really tough spot, right? Lierey's controlling that hill in the front. You can't really push into that side of Lierey's base, and from that castle, like you said, the Trebs can't even range. I don't think.
More Paladins coming over. Honestly, MbL is kind of stabilizing, right? At least I don't see more Paladins streaming over. Trade setup wasn't that fast by Tempo.
Yep, killing the Treb from Hera with his villagers. I like it.
No repair. Liereyy repair. No.
Bad teammate. So, in MbL's defense, now he has the potential of making Bombard Towers to secure his trade. But I don't think it was worth the trade-off.
One pattered here by Nicov. Oh no, look at that. He is actually opening the fortified walls at the top.
Great play there from Nicov. And now it's really open back here. It's very, very open. And now just pikemen coming over here from Liereyy. And Nicov coming forward immediately with production buildings. I love that. I love that so much. You follow up this raid, you distract the army, and you put some production buildings so that you can continue to spam cavalry into their trade.
Oh yeah, and that's not a lot of pikemen there. +1/+1 only on them. 5 Arbalists. Look at that, 14 military on the field for Liereyy. This game is far from over.
Yeah, but Paladin's still in the back there from Hera, and really not much to deal with them at the moment. MbL trying to pull together his scattered halberdiers in defense, and more light cav over on the right-hand side from Hera as well. MbL's just so open over here, Nilly.
Oh, yeah. Maybe some Stonewalls as well. Just made it so much easier for Liereyy to defend and control the areas, right? Because now he only needs to focus on one spot. That's so much easier to defend if you are lacking mobility.
I feel like MbL kind of carried Aftermath into the good position they had. And now Nikov's going to have to carry Aftermath into a better position here. Because MbL is not providing much at the moment.
Yeah, it's like piggyback with tapping.
Yeah. Oh, there was a place to put the trap. Look at where the trap is. It's in the castle.
Oh, Dave. What is this game?
It's a fun one. I can tell you that much.
Oh, okay. Oh, but Liereyy can now easily open those walls and get the...
That's not fun. That's cheating, though, I think, right?
Not that fun game. Oh, MbL is in the trade with Arbalists.
Where did they come from?
No idea how they spawned there. And LidaKor, not the best one, honestly, here from Franks. Yeah, you get some more extra HP, but you're lacking bloodlines, no hussars. And yeah, that castle is going to fall. Now just committing population-wise. Both teams getting onto reasonable numbers again. And let's compare trade card counts. Really low. 19 to 18 right now. So who has the better trash might be dominating this game.
Yep. And remember, Bombard Tower tech is in. If MbL ever gets to the point with a lot of trade, he could shut down the entire side of the map with only Bombard Towers. And he's actually raiding the farms now from Hera. Hera is super open over there.
Nicov only now seeing the stone at the right-hand side. Didn't see it all game long with the trade card. So MbL can be really happy. Gets another 1k stone. Instantly goes for it. Nice.
He has to do something to secure that side, though. I'd love to see like more production buildings or maybe a wall or Bombard Towers on that right side to prevent Hera from coming in again with a raid.
Agreed.
I feel like he's still in stabilization mode right now, though. He got hit so hard by those raids. Kind of just focusing on getting his economy into the right place. And he's actually raiding Liereyy now with Halberdiers.
Well, he is at 105 workers, right? I think that is absolutely reasonable. I don't think you need more villagers. Mainly focus on your military production and trade cards. The thing is, though, finally the stone walls that we wanted to see as well. What's your army composition going to be? If you play Chinese, you want the one-dimensional push, but need more traps, need more obelisks.
Yeah, right now he's gonna opt for just Halberdiers. But he's going to need something to support Nicov over there at the top. Because Nikov's push gave them time. Gave MbL a little bit of breathing room to get back into the game. But now Tempo is pushing back. And they've got Trebs, Halberdiers, and LidaKor over there. So difficult for Nicov to hold just by himself.
Wow, a triple Bombard Tower in the center of the map there, and then securing another stone for himself. This will be tricky to break. I don't like that those towers are that close together, but that's stronger than a castle. I really would love to see Great Wall tech. Did we get that? No, we didn't. And those Bombard Towers have like over 3k stone, I believe? Over 3k HP? Something like that.
They've got to do something about these units in the north, though. Because Nikov's economy is shrinking here. His map control is shrinking at the north. That's so many farms he's been taken off already.
43, 46.
MbL's trying to get through the wall with the Bombard Towers, and he actually made petards as well, Nilly. So we're going to see petards multiple times, but there is already a hole on the north side. We saw the Hussars run through there. And Nicov now going to go through the one they just opened into the economy from Liereyy. Liereyy does have Halberdiers, but the mobility of the Hussars are going to enable them to get back there quicker.
Oh man, what a crazy game. And the traps are going down through the stop at the north is being stopped for now. Archer range is denied there. MbL can't really help. More patterns are coming over. Full Halberdier attack right now. Now some Arbalest in the queue. When was the last time Nicov built something else than Hussars?
It's been quite a while here. What would you go for if you're Bulgarians here?
Well, the ideal unit is Conic, right? You have only one castle, though. You kind of want to sling all your stone to MbL as well. Maybe it's still Cavaliers. Or you just think, okay, I'll make the one-dimensional push happen. Both players will struggle to get enough Bombard Cannons out. Maybe it's just the Onager Hull push at the top.
I mean, the Hussars are doing work in the back of Tempo's economy right now. They've killed a number of villagers, and more importantly, they've distracted all the army. So that's enabling MbL to push against Hera over there. He's still got the stuff in the middle here, and Nicov has kind of stabilized in his own base against the military from Liereyy.
But Nicov now problems at his own base. Tempo getting close to being maxed out. 3:54 a.m. Oh god, Dave, what a good game to start this one off.
This is crazy. This has swung back and forth probably 3 or 4 times already. And I think we're going to see a bit of a stalemate in the next few minutes here.
Oh, MbL with the second attack upgrade. 65 minutes in the game.
We can only get a stalemate, though, if Nicov deals with the pressure in his base. And he's sending all his Hussars forward. None of his military is going back to deal with this. He's allocating everything to just send into the economy from Tempo.
He's building a Krepos at home. Could maybe buy some more. Still getting gold at home. Coinage now by MbL. Wants to send some resources over. I think Nicov adding some Harbiers himself could have really added a bit.
Or just asking for a few from MbL. And MbL's now sending them over.
Okay, big fight now here in the center. LidaKor will obviously die. And beautiful job. Hera just fighting with the LidaKor, sending his own paladins away. MbL will deal with the rest. Bombard cannon now added against the traps. Nicov is sending more over, but that was a really good fight. MbL losing all his Harbiers.
The bombard towers for MbL are going to make this slow this push down a little bit, but they do need some army production, and MbL dropping stables of his own, so maybe thinking about light cav, which is kind of here.
Still no great wall tech. That's something I would really love to see. I think you need 1 or 2 more hits then for the bombard towers. In general, it's just like a very cheap investment at this stage of the game.
Oh god, the halberdiers from Liereyy just sitting in that choke point killing trade.
And yeah, that Krepos has not even fletching. Now getting ballistics to defend a bit better.
Just Nicov, like when are we going to see a unit that isn't a Hussar?
He queued up some Cavaliers, now 13 on the field, but look at that. Pop 140 at this point in the game. Actually, everyone's struggling. What's the highest pop in this game? Liereyy at 180?
180.
Oh, okay,
yeah.
okay. Yeah, maybe I'll also
MbL's at 182. MbL's done a good job to recover. But he's going to have to tech into a composition that's more effective. And same for his teammate as well. He's also going to have to finish the wall on the right side. I don't think he realizes there's a hole there. And they'll have to figure out something in the middle of the map too to prevent Tempo from running right through the middle.
It just feels like if trade is fully set up, Frank should dictate this game. 39 paladins on the field, 15 more on the queue. I think Hera is just loving life, and with the help of some MbL from Liereyy, he should just dictate. But if he's built away paladins like this, obviously he gives MbL some more chances to get into a better army composition. Now, finally, we see Great Wall.
Lots of paladins for Hera there in the middle. MbL signaled them, and that big group is heading over towards Nikov's base. Nicov thinking about another raid into the trade from Liereyy and Hera, but I don't see a way in at the moment.
Let's see, do we have anything prepared? I see 2 Patriots are coming over, but 2 Patriots won't be enough against fortified wall. Queues up some more, will go for 4, but yeah. Could be scouted before that.
Okay, the big ball of paladins from Hera have to run back to the army from Liereyy, and that's a big army for Tempo right there.
Oh, God.
That is a massive force.
Oh god, indeed. That is 9,000 HP as well, as you can see. That is a pretty crazy army, but MbL and Nicov, they're muscling up quite some army themselves. I think they would win that fight. AM, that is.
Yeah, it all depends on the positioning of the paladins from Hera. Wow, look at that Cavalier force coming from Nicov. Oh my god, where did those come from, Nilly?
50 Cavaliers flying in there. This is so big. Paladins not really fighting the engagement. And now, yeah, Paladins, they have to disengage. There are so many Cavaliers and so many Halberdiers still left. Now they're trying to take this engagement with the hill. But I think disengaging could have been a better option. Maybe they felt like, okay, we have to take this fight. Otherwise, all the Arbalists are dying. Production behind this is pretty solid by all 4 players. Trying to re-engage again. Oh, this is so close.
That is really, really close. I think the production buildings being closer for Nicov might dictate what happens here, but the Paladins are doing work even against the Halberdiers from Nicov, and a good position on the hill there from Liereyy, and the reinforcements from Nicov are not going to that fight. They were going to the north.
Oh, yo, 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 yo. Okay, well, also Chivalry really helping out with all the production there. As you can see, 15 paladins in the queue and how fast they are producing. But yeah, I would love to see some more paladins at the front somewhere as well.
I like the fact that MbL is building bomber towers behind this, which means that even if Hera and Liereyy win a big fight, it's going to slow them down. And it's going to give AM time to get reinforcements there. 3 trebs behind now from Liereyy too, but he's kind of out of position with the Arbalest, loses a few of those, and the Paladins from Hera are dwindling a little bit on that side, but he's got more on the right-hand side coming in.
Bomber Tower now 3.5k HP. Those are holding quite a bit there for a single tower. More Cavaliers are coming over. Attack at the top. Simply didn't happen. Those 4 patterns are just waiting.
Yep. Nicov had to send some units back to this middle fight. It's so important that they win this. And now the Arbalest numbers from MbL are going to go down. There's still Arbalest behind from Liereyy. The Bombard Towers are going to do okay in defense, but where are the military numbers for AM here? MbL has some mass again, and same with Nicov.
Oh man, they're in the trade now. Any population difference. This has to be the GG. Bomber towers are being dropped. Good spread there for sure, but trade is going to fall. Liereyy is microing away from the reinforcement from MbL. More paladins are swarming in. 56 paladins on the field.
Crazy production from Hera here. Oh my goodness. All the stables are pumping right now. MbL can't even get more Bombard Towers down. And yeah, AM is just going to opt for the defeat here. And you have to feel like they were way out in front in Castle. Well, maybe not way, but they were definitely in the lead in Castle Age. And then MbL losing those Arbalests and early Imperial to the Knights from Hera. That was kind of the turning point here.
Wow, what a good game. And yeah, I agree. That was like, I think Nicov not having enough gold there. While everyone was still doing their desired unit, Nicov kind of switched into light cav. I think he didn't heavily enough go onto the gold there. He also had a gold in the back that he didn't scout. I think that's a bit where they fall behind. Even before, actually, the Frank bonus of having paladins would have kicked in.
Yep. Wow, what a game. Oh my goodness. That's the crazy 2v2.
Yeah, and we already had a best of 7 series with 4 or 5 super top level games before that. So what a great game of day for Age of Empires. Whew. In the end, Hera 822 kills. And an army high of Liereyy at 103. Economy-wise, we really want to compare trade as well. Oh, all 4 players very close together. Very close together. Huh. MbL with the faster imp as well. But, yeah. We felt like we wanted to see some Halberdiers there at a moment where Liereyy was at the left-hand side and MbL was pushing into Hera. Not sure.
Yeah,
okay.
I wonder if MbL thought, like, was thinking, oh, if I get to Bombard Tower, that's the end, because then I can secure our side and they can't push against that. But he was like a little bit too far ahead of himself. And he prioritized that above the Halberdier upgrade, which at the end of the day, I mean, in hindsight, we're looking back and thinking that's definitely a mistake.
Yeah, I think so as well. Maybe, like, the upgrade doesn't cost gold. Maybe it was lacking gold at that point. But yeah, just skip on 8 Arbalests and get Halberdier. But so easy for us to say. There was so much going on. Frank's actually only picked number Endless. I'm really surprised how late they were picked. Other teams were going for them really early. Do you have the draft and everything open?
Yeah.
Okay. Whose draft do you like more?
I don't know, dude.
Okay, thanks for the talk.
There's too many patches now. You know, for like a casual like myself, Nilly, for someone who's old, you know, I it's hard to keep track of the current meta.
Okay.
Any oldies in chat?
Okay.
Yep, they're here.
Okay.
How old is old? Old isn't an age. Old is a state of mind, all right? When you start getting mad at all these young whippersnappers that know the tech tree, that's when you're old.
If you don't use all the features of your new phone because you're fine with what your old phone could do.
Listen, man. No, listen. That's not no, because sometimes like there's features that they put on there just to sell and to market the new phone as in like having a new feature, but they know it's useless.
Okay, such as?
Like the fucking voice commands for everything on my phone. I already have a touchscreen. I don't need voice commands. You know what I'm saying?
You mean
You
you're
know?
too old to use your
Voice.
The voice?
Yeah. Let me see. Let me see what the new features are on this. I go to my camera. I have a Pixel 4. Let's go to modes. Okay. This is like this playground mode. Okay, Nilly? Where I can like input a fucking... Okay, here's an octopus. Let's just put an octopus in the middle of my photo. And it's like moving around and shit. Like, I don't need that. Am I wrong? Like, does anyone use that? Any octopusers in chat? I'm just saying, dude.
any octopuses in chat? Oh god. Oh.
You may... God, your laugh is contagious. What the hell?
Oh god. Oh. So Dave asked you a question. Are there any octopuses? Oh. Oh. Okay. At least some octopuses in chat. Oh god. Jesus.
It's a small community.
Yeah.
But you know what I'm saying, right? Most of the new features on phones are just for marketing purposes.
Like octopus.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh. When did you buy your last phone?
I think when the Pixel 4 first came out, so like it was within a few months, so November of last year, I think.
Oh, okay. That new. Okay.
It's a really good phone, actually. It's my favorite phone I've ever had.
Okay. What's so good about it?
The camera's fucking dank. It can run every app without lagging.
Whoa. Okay.
Yeah, I know. Dude, listen, Nilly. Previously I was a buy phones that were like 2 years after release.
Okay.
And like never sign up for a plan. You know, always just buy the phone straight out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But the last time I went in, I was kind of like, I actually earn good money now, so I can afford things.
Oh. Okay.
And I might as well, you know, get a good phone rather than being a cheapskate. So I got the one with the octopus camera.
Okay. Nice. The best one ever for you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Sounds like Dave has a certain kind of mindset.
Everyone has a certain kind of mindset.
I was just about to say that. You'll have to be more specific.
Okay.
Old man describes camera as dank. Yeah, sheesh.
Okay, why is the game? The game is starting. Okay. People were already in chat like, why aren't we playing Age of Empires? I tuned in to see people playing Age of Empires. Forest Pond, the next map. 1 minute 40 seconds to go. And we will have Italians, Turks, Spanish, Malay. So 2 crazy good water civilizations. And 2 civilizations that probably are going to rely on unique units, I would say.
Millie, I've got a question for you.
Okay.
What is Forest Pond?
Okay. I thought it would be a different question. Water in the center, very, very short distance. So a bit like Mediterranean. But then like hideout in the case that there's wood around you or in the center and you're walled in. So mixture between Mediterranean and hideout. Just think of Oasis, but everyone is spawning 2 screens further to the center.
Okay, so it's Oasis Mediterranean hideout.
Yeah. It's fortified Baltic.
And it's fortified Baltic?
No,
I'm going to have to
Baltic.
see the map, dude.
I think that could honestly help.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, Dave, why didn't you check Wikipedia?
Have you seen my picture on my Wikipedia profile?
Didn't I add that?
I don't go there. Yeah, I know. I don't like it. I don't go there anymore.
Isn't that overlay guy doing it in my apartment?
Yeah.
Yeah,
After
okay.
like 36 hours on the plane with no sleep.
Well, you could have sent us a better picture, and I can
could've.
edit that if you want to.
Yeah. Oh, this one. I've seen this one before. Okay.
Okay. Okay, how would you have described it?
It's a glorified treasure map. X marks the spot right in the middle.
A glorified treasure map.
Any pirates in chat?
Oh, God. Dave, what's the favorite letter of a pirate?
R.
Most people might think it's the R,
Oh.
but actually, pirates love the sea.
Yeah. I don't agree. A little bit salty about that one, to be honest.
Did you ever see, or something that you would really enjoy, horse racing? And one of the horses was called R. We have to watch that together. Maybe in between games. And it's basically horse run, and at the front it's like Piccadilly Circus, followed by Sweeney Todd, and now overtaking Batman Superstar. And
Dude,
in
horse
fourth
names
place,
are out of hand. Like,
yeah, and in
out
the
of
fourth
control,
place,
dude.
it's R. And second place, and taking over. Third place is R. And then going to the finish line, second place, it's R. Going into the close line, R. R, the winner's R. And the commentator goes completely bananas. We have to watch that together.
okay.
I think you will enjoy
Dave has
it.
a total earnings of $75. Okay, bud. How much? How many earnings do you have on Wikipedia? All right.
I think he has 76. And
Well, fuck my life.
just tried to set you up.
Okay, well, I'd love to talk about the map, but looks like we won't really have much action until the feudal age here. We do have civs, though.
Yeah.
So what do you think about the civ matchup?
I think those are 2 great water civs and 2 civilizations that heavily rely on their unique units.
Okay.
Okay, the question is, what strategy are we playing? At the moment, meta feels to be 4 players going full fire galley demo, and it's really ugly. And you basically don't have to move your camera for several minutes if you just look at the cross in the center. And then most of the time, the water player continues a bit more on water, while I assume that the Turks and Spanish player are then switching into their unique units around minute 21-ish.
Do you go for defensive castle, or do you go forward with the castle?
If you
It's unlikely to be land pressure from another player. So if you're going up forward against the guy who's going water, could potentially do some damage and not much to counter that, right?
Mm-hmm. Let's take a look at our setup, though. We have Italian, Spanish, and on the other side we have Turks, Malay. So I think you should go for forward castle here. If it was Spanish versus Turks, probably defensive one. The other way around, I think pressure is nice.
Yeah, I think we might see forward castle on both ends, which would be fun.
Yeah, that could make it really wild. And the thing is, you don't want to give your opponent any water control, but if you win water after minute 20, it's not giving you so much when it comes to economy.
Okay, crazy strategy idea here, Nilly, because we have time. Okay. What if, now hear me out, you go Sicilian, people are going to pick Sicilians for you anyway, on this map. You go Sicilians, okay?
I'm listening.
You don't make anything on water. You load all your stuff up into transport ships, and you just run right through the enemy navy and drop him off in his base and start dropping castles and dungeons and stuff.
At what time in the game?
Whenever you're feeling spicy. Because those transports can make their way through, dude.
Yeah, but if you are, like, you don't have a dock after minute 12, or after minute 15.
No, you'll have a dock.
By the way, Hera's not contesting water. Hera's actually playing fast castle. He's going conks directly. I'm surprised by that. So it will be Liereyy playing full water with a very reasonable uptime, 842 here. Will be some pressure. And the others are going for water, while I see MbL only playing 1 dock here. What's happening? Oh, just a very late second dock. Hey, Dave, nice idea, by the way. Thank you for your input.
What? Dude, like I said, okay, we're just filling time.
Okay.
I'm going to see someone on Reddit, though, later.
Yeah.
Talking about how I'm an idiot for coming up with that strat.
No, they would never.
No.
Would they?
Never.
Would they?
No.
Oh, look at that setup here by Hera. He takes the fight, now walls everything open, and look at that beautiful save. That was so good. Oh, I crack as a bit.
Where is that villager from Nicov going? It's going towards Hera. Nicov, what are you planning? Nicov?
Maybe wall some? Oh yeah, wall, but palisade? I think if you wall, it has to be stone walls. And even then, I think it doesn't make sense. It's so far off, you can never re-wall. Triple dock by MbL now.
Yeah, and he's got support from Nicov here, so they should be able to take the water completely. I'd love to see Nicov send a ship over to Hera to see what's going on over there, and MbL is actually sending his demo, so they will find out that Hera has invested only in 1 dock. Might actually be able to demo all the fishing ships there.
Oopsa, nice! 2.99 damage here. And MbL might just finish it off. That is nice and early. At 11:40, killing all the fishing ships. That's a good start. By the way, why is MbL going 3 dock and Nicov 2 dock?
I mean, maybe Nicov just wanted better positions for his fish here. He's not planning on continuing that. It doesn't look like. I mean, as Italians, it is weird. It is weird for sure.
What's also weird is that Liereyy is now going for galleys.
But you've already lost control.
Water. Yeah, I think he's doing 3 galleys to snipe fishing ships. Because 3 galleys, 2 short fishing ships.
Yeah.
But will he really get out there?
I don't think you'll ever be in a position. You have to run the gauntlet just to get out to the fishing ships. I could see, like... Okay, well, he's continuing production. I could see 1 ship in each dock just to debate the other team into investing on water, but...
But then build a fishing ship, not a galley.
Yeah, he's continuing the production, though.
Mm-hmm. Well, if you get, like, 2 demos and
you know what?
6...
Sorry, go ahead.
He might what?
It might work for him because the production from AM has completely stalled here on water. They think it's 1 ship in each.
Getting the fishing ship in the back now. But even if you win water after this... Well, they're not over-investing, certainly, here. Nicov heavily using the market now. I think Liereyy might win water, yeah. Can we see resources? You can see those at the top here. They're displayed there. Okay, galley now moving out. Oh yeah, that's a mistake. Or is it demo? Oh, demo could be the best one ever. Dave.
Okay.
Could be, I said. did it? It exploded in his own.
It was not good.
Oh, God. This was like, Liereyy didn't realize how little they invested into water.
Yo. Yeah, he did not at all. He came out a little bit too early. And Nilly, you know, you were talking about that wall and saying it can't be a palisade. It has to be a stone wall. But look at the time Hera is wasting here trying to get in there. And if Nicov can get this market up.
Market!
Oh, it's going to be so close. And it didn't go up in the end. But he's tracking this across so he can waste even more time from Hera. Look at this. Look at this for Nicov.
House down. Oh, good job. That is so nice. Yeah.
This is time that Hera can't afford, to be honest. He went up to Castle H. He sacrificed the water pressure to get up to Castle H faster. And now he's going to be delayed getting the conks out on the field.
And now it's the villager fight there. And that is perfect for Nicov. He still has water. He just needs to control those. More villagers are being pulled, but still. Nicov is heavily on stone. Castle has to be built way more defensively. Palisade walls behind this. If he gets the castle up, he should be fine with Genoese against Kongs.
And the palisade wall accomplished so much there. I think if you're Hera and you run into a palisade wall right away, I feel like you have to drop the castle immediately. You can't waste the time battering that down with villagers, because what if Nicov has a villager behind that?
Yeah. If the market goes up, you wasted so much. It was 1 tile away from being another screen further back.
You just wasted so much time anyway. Like, he wasted 2-3 minutes getting that down. Now he's going to have the castle there. He's going to have a TC behind, so he's not going to waste too much idle time walking around from these villagers. Sorry, it's going to go into a lumber camp now.
LidaKor even annoying here.
Why send the 1 weak villager? Yikes.
What do you think about that castle placement of Nicov?
I'm not sure about that. That's kind of weird, but I guess it's safe.
Yeah, it will go up. That's a nice one. And you can build a house between your house and the woodline to the top, but still the bottom feels so exposed. Oh, stone wall layer. I really like that one by Nicov.
Like, you're just abandoning those 2 golds out there too.
Okay. Yeah, I don't think you will mind too much about that one. Because you will be up to imp earlier, right? Your economy should be better. You should be pushing this back. And the second castle is going to be in that area.
Meanwhile, MbL with 3 TCs. Liereyy still... Okay, he's going for 3. But no water control for him. So the fishing economy is going to come up big here for AM. And the map control potential as well. If they get some galleys on the shorelines, can do some decent harassment.
Okay, Nicov, good job here. The thing is, something that AM has to be really scared of, something that MbL did show earlier, that he can not only attack from the outside, but also just do some damage basically from the water, and then make a landing happening and be annoying there. And that could be against both players. It could be against Hera and it could be against Liereyy.
Yep. MbL going for a stable right now.
Interesting. Probably only for a scout. I don't see him going for proper army, honestly.
I really like the fact that he didn't go for a castle as Turks.
Why?
Janissaries just kind of feel... Well, in this position, if you go for water and you take... You know the Spanish player is going to go for castle, right? So if you take over water, you're always going to be able to boom better than Liereyy or Hera. And if you go for a forward position with the Janissaries, I mean, they're very, very slow, and you just get stalled out against the opposing player. There's no mobility to them. If you boom up...
If you get a forward castle up, it's like... how can you get stalled out?
If you're against Malay, I feel like you can.
Okay. And he has to go for mass crossbow with a weaker economy.
If the Malay player gets on stone and goes for a castle, what do you do if you're Turks? With making Janissaries in the castle age.
Bombard cannons. In Imp.
You can do that already, though, without the forward castle.
Yeah, but you forced him to go into stone, which slows him down even further, because if both are investing into stone, that's better for you, because you have more extra villages that are not in stone then, relatively speaking.
We'll see how it plays out, Nelly. We'll see.
Okay. Well, we won't see how it plays out to see a forward castle.
Oh my god, Hera forced to send the conks back to deal with the fire ships. Yikes. 0 damage from him on Nikov's economy.
Yeah. And on the way to Imp, not even close there. This is looking really good for AM. And this is also a home map of AM. And this one played out so straightforward. I'm just surprised how Hera and Liereyy thinking that this is the best strategy. Nicov with the forward walls. I wanted to see stone walls, but those palisade walls already bought him so much time. Really, really well played.
Yeah, and now he's an Imp, and he's got a decent number of Genoese crossbow, so he can protect his trebs potentially and take down that forward position from Hera. Now, do you treb the siege workshop first if you're in Nikov's position? Do you get rid of that first and then go onto the castle?
I think I have some villagers around and go for the castle directly.
Okay.
The siege workshop, it's just like he won't do more than get one shot off, right? And then he has to go into Mangonel. That's a risk. I think Hera is not trying to go for some random risk there. Also remember, if you win water, cannon galleon from the center are just crazy as well.
And Turks get chemistry right away, so they can go into cannon galleon pretty quickly. Hera now on the way to the Imperial Age. Nicov obviously already there. And what is Hera's plan here? Is it castles behind? Is he going to switch into cavalry?
Honestly, I think triple layer fortified wall is the best play. You need so much time. This is where you want to have room stock in your team and just try to hold and prolong the game. And it's double layer, but I think double layer won't be enough. Also, you want to wall next to the wood line a bit, so that they can't chop through the trees.
Did the game just crash for you?
Yeah, it froze. Why?
Oh, completely crashed for me, so that's fun.
Okay. Game crash for everyone. No one has a restore file for your information. Thank you so much, MbL. Now, this is an interesting scenario for an admin, and I don't envy this situation. Dave, give me your input first.
Well, there's a clear advantage for AM here, but I don't think it's enough of an advantage to justify giving them the win. So I think it's play again. But then you run into problems where now the teams know each other's strategies. What do you do here? I don't know. Do you play other maps and then come back to this later?
Does that have any advantages?
I don't know.
It's better for the viewers, but then also, like, what happened there? Like, everyone who tunes in later won't know what's going on.
I think we're gonna need some sportsmanship from both teams here, and they can figure it out with the admin.
Population-wise, we have 8 pop lead by AM, and that's obviously inefficient pop, right? If we discount fire galleys, it's a 1 pop lead. Everyone is on the way to imp except Nicov, who is already imp but has pop 83. 20% score lead is completely irrelevant.
Someone said recreate in scenario. We'll get the team on that right away. Any editors in the chat?
Don't forget those deers at the side. The score is completely misleading, right? Because the score is not giving you the advantage here. Yeah.
The map position for sure, with Nicov pushing that castle from Hera back, is in their favor, and they have water control, so they can bring in stuff like cannon galleons or whatnot, like you mentioned before. But Liereyy and Hera are still in a pretty good economic position here.
I hate to say it, but I think playing again makes more sense.
Yep.
I think the advantage for AM is way too small.
Yep, I agree.
Liereyy is fine against MbL, I believe. Yeah, both having the same imp timing, both having the same villager count, and I don't mind melee against Turks. And
we need like a council of wise ones, for these decisions. We need like 10 personalities from around the community,
Yeah.
Obviously me. Viper, we just get them all in and make a decision. I think most people would say replay, and that, it's unfortunate for AM being in a strong position here, but I think they're going to need to show a little bit of sportsmanship and understanding that the game sometimes just crashes, and that they weren't in that good of a position to justify a win.
Yeah. What really is bad that people look at the score and think it's a clear lead for AM. But if we look at all the other stats, it's like, what are 11 Genoese doing? Like 2 traps. We have double stonewall here. It will take some time. If Hera gets 2 bombard cannons out, he can defend. He's taking into elite skirms potentially. Now going for the barracks. So it will take some time. I think left-hand side is completely even. Yeah, Nicov has a nice advantage over Hera. We can't deny that.
Everyone who has a very strong opinion on this, just remember that this is an extremely difficult decision for the admins and the players. And that it can sway either way. So even if you feel really, really strongly about the subject and it doesn't go your way, please don't be super negative about it afterwards.
And that's what I want to kind of initiate more, right? And we will have our caster and tournament organizer meeting. And I think I want to go for my 3rd push of having unified rules. And a big, big rule book saying if the game crashes and 2 out of 3 admins are saying it's not decided, then it has to be replayed.
If we had a big rule book, do we have like an AoE 2 court? Like a Judge Judy kind of, can I be the judge? All rise, right, honorable Dave. Reviewing case number 1, 2 pools and versus tempo.
2 pools against the people.
The state versus 2 pools.
Yeah.
I call LidaKor to the stand.
Into the LidaKor.
Yeah, Mimo, they have an advantage, but it's not. It's like a 60-40 advantage. And if a game crashes like this and there's no restores available or no files available, like that's unavoidable from a tournament host point of view. And sometimes you just have to deal with unfortunate things like that. Sure, one team is going to get shafted, but if we give the win to AM for like a 60% versus 40% advantage, that's more unfortunate for Tempo than it would be for AM to have to replay the game.
Yeah. And the question is, if you think they deserve an advantage, what advantage would that be for AM? We can't give them another Civ, we can't give them another home map, because then we need to do the whole drafting process. It's more like 85-15. That's probably something lots of people would disagree with you. Yeah. Yeah. What about best of 9? What about it? You think letting them play another 8 games from now, which could take up to 6 hours, is reasonable?
MbL would be fine with that, I think.
Sure.
He'd be the last one standing at the end.
And also, someone in the chat said, whoever has an advantage should get the win. So, you mean if you lame one sheep at minute 1 and just pull your cable, and then you said, like, I can't restore, but I had 1 extra sheep, it was 9 against 7 sheep, I have the advantage.
Wait, where's my gavel? Court is in session.
Can't they just continue playing other games? Yes, they could, but what's the advantage? What's the advantage over... Because sometimes you draft civilizations, and if you are behind, then you have to take other risks. If you are even, then you can just... If you know you are leading 1-0, you can just go for 3 safe wins, for example. But if you know you're 1-0 behind, you know you have to win 4 out of 6 maps to come. So it actually changes the outcome on what civilizations you want to draft moving on from here, depending on if you are ahead or behind.
Yep.
Okay, now I'm getting
more than 700 points, but the points total doesn't...
I think
it doesn't equate to efficient military, and it's like a lot of that is the fire ships. A lot of that is the fact that they've taken down the docks. A lot of that is the fact that like it's not relevant to the current situation of the game. Without the military on the water, it's probably like 400 points closer.
Okay, so I gave Hera my evaluation. I think this is questionable. Remember, I'm not an admin. I have no involvement in decision making or advising. He asked me as the caster, kind of like, are we far behind that we should give up? And I said I gave them 35% winning chance from here.
It's not relevant having free access to enemies base for...
What is the win probability cutoff for a restart? Different casters, different tournament hosts have different rules there. They're like, it makes sense to let them continue with 1%. It makes sense to let them get a win if it's 20%. What is LidaKor doing? LidaKor is entertaining his streamers. He shouldn't be involved there. He has admins that take care of that. He is the face of the tournament. He should be entertaining. He should have his stream running. It's not his decision. At least I think he shouldn't be the decision maker there necessarily in a tournament like this.
Water control is relevant here, but not unupgraded fire ships. Yeah. To a certain extent they are, but they're adding more to the score than they are to the potential for winning the game for AM.
Yeah. And MbL, he is attacking on the outside, so he's not landing through the center. Nicov has an army. If you land 5 Genoese, they're not doing anything. And Tempo apparently gave the win away. So interesting scenario, something that could be discussed
Good
on a talk show. Yep. Is it good sportsmanship? Not sure.
I think so. It's probably a mix of confidence and sportsmanship. They feel like they can win the rest of the series. As long as they weren't pressured into that, I think it's good on them.
Who crashed? Everyone. So we have 1-1. And I don't envy anyone in that situation. Yeah. So Italians together with Turks getting the W. And Malay, quite an early pick, taking that L. And Spanish with an interesting choice. So Tempo gave up the game. And...
Not gonna lie, Nilly, gonna miss the AoE Zone drama thread about this. If they had to replay.
Yeah, replaying and then the other guy winning. Oh god, that's
yeah. Oh my god.
Oh, I can tell you,
that's like,
I've
dude, that's
never
the perfect storm.
Ever felt that bad. I think it was. I think Deathmatch World Cup 1. Oh god, it still hurts me talking about this. Oh. Game number 5, deciding match. I don't know who played. It was Roomstock against the deathmatch player. Game number 5, 1.5 hours in. No one had gold for an hour, obviously. It was 3 against 2 relics. Both are banking up, saving for champions to better down again. And after 1.5 hours, I, as the caster on Woobly Official, was dropping. And did message them, guys, would you mind saving and restoring so I could cast? And they said, yeah, sure. They paused, restored, and they couldn't restore.
Yikes.
So after 1.5 hours, admins looked at the regs, said this player had such a small advantage, and... Hera questioned me. Hera didn't question me at all. He asked me a question. I did answer him. Guys, don't.
Guys, stop.
Yeah.
Stop hopping chats and then giving us stuff without context.
Yeah. And it already happened. Thanks, guys.
Yeah.
You probably are there with a 2-minute delay for Hera's stream or something. Yeah, that's likely. And so they even had to reschedule. And a day later, they tried again to restore, couldn't restore, had the rematch, and Roomstock lost in 20 minutes. Yeah.
Well, credit to Tempo for giving Aftermath the win there. That's a really weird situation. It's a difficult one for both teams.
Yeah.
And I think it's a really good show of sportsmanship there from Tempo.
Do you think they would have given the win if they were behind 1-0?
That's a different question. I don't think so.
Is it good sportsmanship then? Or is it just like, let's make it a best of 5 and it's
okay? Let me put it
easier
to you this way, Nilly. Okay, that is a valid question, and it's something you could talk about. But you're a teacher. Do you want to discourage bad or good behavior?
Is it good behavior?
I don't. Good behavior to give the win to the other team in a situation like that where you know it's going to be difficult for the admins, for the viewers, for the whole community overall. I think it's good behavior.
Is it the difficult if you just say, like, let's replay, the game was too even?
But then you're putting AM in a really tough position there.
In what way?
So you know what they're gonna do if you're in. So Nilly, you know that AM was in a good position, It was like 60-40 or 70-30 or whatever. Okay. And clearly Tempo's opening did not work against what AM did. What if Tempo decides to mix it up a bit? Suddenly AM's strategy on their own home map, by the way, that they've come up with, they have to change that. So all their preparation is gone. That hurts AM more than it does Tempo. It's their home map.
Yeah, that's something I really see, indeed. That you are hiding, like, you are showing your best strategy on your own home map. And yeah, I can see that as a good argument. Also, it was their first pick, right? Before the ban. So they really wanted that strategy. So I can see why replay is more unfair than, for example, KOTD Game 3. With Mayans against Franks. Viper, by the way, is saying that 75-80%. 75-80%, including the Civ advantage for the long game as an argument.
See that? I think you have to factor in the fact that Liereyy and Hera, their skill level is overall higher than the other two players. So even if you have a Civ disadvantage, you have to factor that in as well.
Agreed. Yeah. It's one of the most annoying things in Age of Empires, and I think in most other things in life, is that if Viper is saying something, it doesn't matter who else is saying something. It's like he has the best answer. Which is really...
Oh, dude, Nilly, I'm just a caster. I'm not even a player. So my opinion goes to the bottom of the fucking bucket, all right? I'm literally... you can put me at the bottom of the list. Everyone will always shit on my opinion.
And it's even
Viper does it all the time. Yeah.
I think it would be even if Hera would say, like, let's say both were observers, right? And Hera would say it's 60%, Viper would say 80%. I think 90% of the Age of Empires community would say, like, Viper's number is the correct one.
Yeah, well, that's what you get, you know. That's the respect you're given after 5, 6, 7 years of dominance.
Yeah,
and you take that, but you also have to take all the threads saying, "Oh, Viper has lost," you know, his Viper's washed, or Viper is no longer number one, or you know, he's terrible now, or he's old, or whatever else.
I fear like. I was asked to host a talk show with someone, and we
got it. I think it's you, Viper. What were the other ones? Washed, old, slow, injured, doesn't think as well, unable to adapt, not up with the new meta, slow, German, Norwegian. Ball. I can't even say that one. Okay, let's go.
I was asked to host a talk show, and I said someone like a German talk show, like discussing pro and cons about different things. And I said, okay, someone really good would be Teutonic Tanks, right? I think he's very knowledgeable, has great insights, says a lot of stuff outside the box. But if it's just him and me, if we just had something contradicting, I think people would always say, like, well, who is Teutonic Tanks? What is he saying?
Yep. That's just the way it is, you know?
Okay.
Just the way it is. It's a hard life out here at the bottom. You know, Nilly?
Apparently. Yeah, maybe one day I will get so high on the food chain that people might one day care what I'm saying.
Yep. Gotta rise up.
That's my goal. That's my goal.
My strategy is just to be really loud.
Okay. Well,
I can kind of offset that, you know?
Some people make the living with that. They're living with that. Okay. So Indians, Cumans against Celts, Mongols. I could analyze this matchup now, but let's just wait what Viper is saying, and then let's all agree on that.
Yep. I'm actually tuned into his stream. I'm gonna see what he's. Oh, he's not streaming.
He's not streaming. No.
Oh.
So Viper, what do we have to think about this matchup from here on now? Let's wait what he has to say.
Yep.
Mongols are good. Okay.
Any Mongols in chat?
Any Mongols in chat? Okay. Oh!
The sheep?
The goat?
Goats. And no, we're not talking about you, Viper. All right, get off. Come on. Ego Andy over here. I think we mentioned goats. This is nice. This is chill.
Yeah. Age of Empires and Dark Age. Really love that one.
Yep.
Okay, so Cumans. I think a pretty underwhelming civilization on this map. We did see the Max. Mr. Yo earlier today playing the extra TC here, trying to go for the boom and then some stable play. Didn't like that one too much. I think Kipchak could be an option. Let's see how MbL approaches this one. Nicov is actually playing the Indians here. Not a lot of stuff going for them. He will play water. Only the Shawfish bonus will count for him. And we will have Liereyy with Mongols probably going water here as well. Very nice uptime by him. And should be dominating this one. Hera already at the top is walling all this area. He is playing Celts. And villager loss here.
I mean, kind of yikes, right?
Yeah.
Like, Viper, you ever done that before?
Out of Mongols and Celts, which one is supposed to be the bad one? Celts, quite obviously. Mongols extremely good. Look at that. 643 and 658, the up timings there. Crazy timing. So really well executed build orders. As you can see, pop 19, pop 18, and both with 2 dogs. Nicov a bit on the later side, but that's going to be lots and lots of pressure. Liereyy will be so active with this one. MbL is going for the walls as well. Still Dark Age. Let's see if he goes on to Stone. Huh.
What are you thinking in MbL's position here?
Well, you're playing... You see that Mongols is playing water, right? So you know that you're playing against Celts. I personally like to see Kipchaks against that. So I probably play Fast Castle and try to dance a lot.
Kipchaks are going to have to find a way in, though. And
I think
like
on this map it's not that tricky.
Well, if Hera walls to his TC, like in between that wood line, there's not going to be many openings for the Kipchaks. And then Lierey's eco at the south, there isn't going to be much eco there. Like, he's going to move all his stuff to the north. So all they have to do is shut down that north side, and Kipchaks are going to struggle to find a way in, I think.
Okay, well, the map feels really open. One pattern that also easily breaks. A house there, and, well, still some more aggression. Nicov obviously struggling a bit here against the very early uptime. Nice micro by Liereyy, and, oh, that one is actually getting microed back. Let's see, a block not happening. Fire Galley gets killed as well, and Nicov, I think, is holding this one. Pretty impressive against Mongols.
Yeah, he is. And he got the docks down later, too. So really good stuff from him. The fishing economy both live for Nicov and MbL. And lots of fishing ships behind for Hera. So if Liereyy loses this fight, suddenly Hera's food economy is going to look a little bit sketchy. But Hera going for blacksmith market of his own. And he will be making his way up to the castle age pretty soon.
MbL is playing Fast Castle Fire Ships. Market on the late side. And he's not on stone and has double dock. This is weird. Oh. Okay, big fight here. Normally the spot where we see some demos connecting as well. Not really happening, at least right now. Good micro there. First demo is arriving. But not a lot of fire galleys that are still at the front and not microed back. Not the greatest connection ever.
Nicov doing a pretty decent job so far saving his fire ships, but opting not to repair with that villager. And he's going to lose a couple more here, and the fire ships are so weak for him, Nilly.
So low, but S3 surviving there. He desperately needs to repair. 1 HP, 27, 40 HP. Why is he going aggressively? Okay, still deals some damage. By the way, at the very top of the map, MbL is still open, so didn't properly wall there. And MbL now sneaking around with a demo. Okay. Good job by Nicov, but I don't see the long-term plan. Also, what is Hera up to? Not a single villager on the map right now. Is he just going to boom?
I think he's just going to boom. Market Blacksmith, he's got all the fish alive still. MbL coming over with 1 demo ship. That's a good hit.
That's 2 fishing ships. It's kind of even, no?
And Nicov has a demo coming out as well. Decides to not engage. And he's still taking decent fights against the fires from Liereyy. Kind of waiting on MbL to get here. And MbL now has 2 fire ships on the oceans of his own.
Oh, that was a really good demo there all of a sudden. And yeah, Hera is mixing up a bit as well. And he still plays 1 dock, adding 2 TCs. So this will be Calp player fully booming. What is he going to do then? Is that it? Oh, a demo! Oh, God! That just won the water for Liereyy. 1 single demo hit, connecting with 4 fire galleys, and nothing is left. How did that happen?
And that villager is going to take a demo as well. So no repair villager now from Nicov. If he wants to get one over there, or maybe a villager to make more docks, he's going to have to run all the way from his base. MbL does have fire ships on the water, and he is getting war galleys, so they will be upgraded here. But definitely a great pushback from Liereyy. In that engagement.
Second TC by MbL will take quite some time, and this is...
That can't be an actual resign.
It would be a Nicov timing.
It's not...
I don't think
that
this
bad
is
for them, though.
Drop. Look at that. It's like 2 players.
I don't know.
Viper, could you please solve this?
Viper,
like who is the head? Like what are the percentages?
Is there anything wrong with the maps?
Could be maybe only we could 50% chance of winning for tempo. Okay, so we can call it here. 2-1 tempo. Thanks, Viper. I think I will the next tournament I host, we only play till minute 16, and then Viper gives percentages.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think this is like Age of Empires 2 speed running then.
What happens if the community in general thinks that it's the wrong decision, though? Do we go to
No, it's Viper saying it. It's Viper saying
it. No. But what if there has to be an appeal process? I'm just I want to judge. Court is in session. Viper versus the people.
I think you only want to wear that stylish wig.
I do.
Oh yeah, that's a good one. Also, you can also always save some pasta in there for like lunch break. Some fusilli.
I have no idea where you're going with this.
Do you know those stylish wigs of the...
Yeah, I know the judges.
Yeah. And
I don't think it looks like pasta.
You can put pasta in there.
Why?
Because
Is this a vegan
space
thing?
For it. Oh no! Okay, I'm not sure Viper isn't telling us what we should do now. So I might just read MbL dropped. Restore is coming. Okay. That's less entertainment than you thought.
Yep.
Feed me Hobo, thanks for another 10 gifted subs. And so score is 1-1. And so only an MbL drop. That's less drama, right?
Dave, how does Nilly know how to say pasta and you don't? What? Is it pasta? Can you please say past for me and then say pasta?
Just
argument so many times.
do it the same as I do. So basically, copy pasta it.
Okay, well, I'm into the game.
I'm connecting as well. Age of Empires did load it up. And let's go! Oops, wrong scene. And so, what did we miss? So, Viper did say 52%. So, basically... Okay, well, maybe we can still take a look at it. I actually think the advantage for Tempo is higher here. But probably he did consider civilization advantages.
I'll be interested to see the uptimes from Nicov and Liereyy as well.
Well, it should be better for Liereyy, right? Still having fish.
Yeah.
Or does he? Demo now. Gets a good one. Gets a good one. And Nicov sitting at what looks to be 150 food. No, that is...
I'd love to see MbL loop a fire ship around here and try and take out the fish from Hera instead of fighting this straight up. Because you need to neutralize that food economy as soon as possible.
Well, what is he fighting straight up? He won water.
Oh yeah, there's no more ships from there. Just one fire ship from him now. And there goes the food eco from Hera. The fish were getting pretty far away. So less efficient there now, but Hera's going to have to get his farm economy rolling. And looking at his base, he's already done it. Wow, what a great boom from Hera over here.
Yeah, very solid food economy. As we can see, 21 farms already. Certainly enough to have 3 TCs running. 4 villagers on stone. Is that a 4 TC boom or is he actually playing Vote Raiders?
I think maybe he adds a 4th TC depending on how safe he feels and then slowly makes his way into a few castles. I don't think he's planning on Woad Raiders in the castle age.
Yeah, no. It's more like, yeah, a defensive castle and then votes in the long run. Now moving out. Those are 4 TC villagers, no?
Yeah, it looks like it. Where do you put that? Okay, other side of the stone. That's a good location. If MbL wants to punish, though, he can. And here comes MbL with some villagers, Nilly. Here comes the castle. And he could punish this greed from Hera pretty nicely.
Okay, well, that castle could be super aggressive, and I like that one. Could actually have a small, tiny trap there. But we could have a kip check, but you can obviously always jump into the castle. Nicov clicked up to castle age. Same goes for Liereyy, but I think the two main actors of this show here will be MbL and Hera. Hera pulling 3 villagers here. This is...
I think if you're going to pull those, you got to pull like 10 boys from the north too. Now there's no chance for you to deny this castle.
And why is he finishing this castle at CT? This is
already 60% built, so I guess you finish it anyways, but it's always going to be going down here, and those villagers are always going to be exposed.
It's multiple problems. Yeah, those villagers might just die. The new ones spawning. Plus, just save the 40%. But yeah, well, he knows better, right? He actually is getting villagers out there regardless. How much stone does he have? He's sitting at 234. So defensive castle a bit away. Goes for the scorpion defense.
And that's not bad. Kipchaks don't have too much HP, so they can get nuked pretty hard by the Scorpions. I guess it's just it's a temporary measure, right? He knows his economy is ahead. So he's going to try and work his way towards the Imperial Age and just hope to defend with Scorpions in the meantime.
By the way, very little fish on water. I see 2 fishing ships.
Yep. They took advantage of it, or they took the water advantage, but they're not taking advantage of it by adding fish behind.
2 TCs by MbL very early on, so he did a good job there. Not too far behind in villagers. Actually 20 now that I see this. Scorpion defense will be reasonable, and Hera, he's staying calm like a cucumber.
Yep. Getting handcart, making a couple mangonels to defend behind. I don't think he's too afraid of the Kipchaks. Like, they're just so easy to kill, it feels like.
Well, they have 40
they only have
HP,
40 base,
right?
base HP, yeah.
Huh. I'm happy that after saying calm like a cucumber, you didn't ask me if it was a vegan thing.
Okay. Well, I use that expression. Well, I don't use it a lot, but I've heard it multiple times.
By other vegans.
Yeah. As long as you don't put it on your pizza, I'm saying. You ever had cucumber pizza?
Do you want to know the answer?
I know it's yes.
Why are you asking then?
It was more of a, like...
Oh, you
I
want
don't
to like, chat, interact, small talk.
How are you?
I'm feeling
Castle from Hera!
Uh-oh, defense, and he's not far away from going up to Imperial Age there. Camels now getting in there. Should get the mangonel, but I feel like 1 conversion. Nice save by Nicov. Is he saving all of them? Goes for the monk? Oh, this worked out really well for him.
And he's gonna take out a Scorpion there. He took out the monk, did give him a camel, but now potentially could take out another mangonel from Hera here. Hera pops out to repair, though.
Oh, and camels all dying. The thing is, though, Nicov now with going for that approach should have a really poor economy, right? 57 there. Liereyy should go for 40 Cs. But Mango Dice are far, far away.
Very far away, and Hera is kind of being punished for that greed right now, Nilly.
By the way, Hera
Hera
didn't cancel the castle. He deleted it with his own mangonel. He's down to 480 stone. Holy moly.
What a disaster there. Are you sure he didn't, like, sell some of that stone?
Why would he? He had enough resources to click up to him, and chat is going crazy as well. Huh. Maybe he could ask
I just
Viper
assumed he had
again.
deleted it. Now he's going to opt for another castle there. There's still a mangonel from MbL. There's still Kipchaks here. Kipchaks, though, just feel really underwhelming in this situation, and MbL not bringing his mangonel over to try and hit those villagers, so the castle will go up, and Hera will be in the Imperial Age first. Could potentially win the Treb War and push this position back.
Oh, we aren't really getting into a trap war, right? Look at MbL's resources. He has 2 food right now, and only 18 farmers.
Yeah.
He will have to give this area up, and with this late imp timing, even the force TC that he added there at the top isn't too good for him.
Kind of shifting of focus here for MbL and Nicov. They're going to go to the south and see what they can hit. Camel's not the greatest raiding unit, but they do have the Kipchaks behind, so there is some potential for destruction, but I think Liereyy and Hera can defend against this.
Oh, and another castle by MbL at the top. Oh, he's misreading the situation. He thinks he's up faster, but he actually did invest into water, and Hera didn't.
Yep. And he didn't even add any fish behind it still, Nilly. Neither him nor Nicov, they're just keeping those like 1 fishing ship each.
Oh man, oh man,
Very
oh man.
weird.
That's not really how this works. Did they lose so much, and at what point? And yeah, it's nice to go for the dance here with Kipchaks, but what are the late game plans? Nicov going for way more camels. The question is, will Liereyy be really interested in that? I don't think he will be too scared without any siege to pressure there. Lierey's just booming away. Mangonel Monk defense now.
MbL finally on the way to the Imperial Age, but is it going to be in time? I think if he brings his Kipchaks back to the castles, the Rams can't quite do too much. He's just got to be there with villagers to repair against the Trebs from Hera until he gets Trebs of his own. And I don't see the villager numbers near these castles to do that.
Yeah, it will take quite some time. Nicov, meanwhile, losing all his camels against an army that Liereyy didn't need anymore anyway. Some monks, some Mangals there with the defense. And now Kipchaks are coming over to maybe do some more damage. That's pretty. But yeah, as you said, that isn't going to work too well. And something that's unappreciated. Do traps attack faster from Celts?
I don't think they do. Do they?
I thought all siege units. It's not only siege workshop units. So trap war is actually something quite nice for Celts as well.
No. Yeah, I guess so. I've never even thought about that before, no.
That's why you're here.
Yep. I like to think. Any thinkers in chat? Okay.
Okay, big Ramgo here by Hera. Lots of techs here, as we can see at the side. Advancing to him and getting lots of eco upgrades. And wow. I think Hera should... Yeah, that's just so much. Siege Ram is now coming in as well. And one Mangonel alone won't really defend that. MbL going with the second aggressive caster there might have been a mistake. And Hera, he just defended this one so calmly. No pressure against him at all. And it just felt like Nicov going for the full water play and no one really going for early land. Just gave Hera so much time. And he played it really greedy, but without any punishment against him.
Feels like MbL kind of misread the situation there. He didn't give enough credit to the economy that Hera had behind. Like, Hera wasn't really making anything on water, so not investing at all there. He had the fishing ships alive for a long time. He was the first one up to Castle Age. Like, you have to assume his economy is in a really good position, and you didn't do too much damage in Castle Age, so why go with that second castle forward? Why go with that TC forward?
I think if we compare, like, overall fished resources... I don't think Hera is so far behind.
No, I think he might be ahead of MbL, to be honest. Yeah. He made more fishing ships and he had them alive for quite a while.
Yeah. Well, that one guy is still fishing. Nicov using the market quite heavily now. What is the answer to that massive push? 52 Halberdiers, 12 siege rams of Celts. That's just... I think you kind of need onages there to defend. 2 Mangonels shouldn't really do the trick.
People are saying sling. Is that against the rules in this tournament?
If you are imp, that's totally fine.
Oh.
Sling in Castle Age, though. Let me take a look at that. We had Hera sending 1,000 resources to Liereyy, and he is an Imperial Age. This is totally fine, guys. It's not important what the age of the guy receiving resources is. It is the resources of the guy who is sending the resources.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah. So... thanks for getting excited for this beautiful 22-year-old game, but actually it was all within the rules.
So what does MbL do against this push from Hera?
Well, hope for a drop.
Yeah, God, this is so tough from him. Like, he's got how many Kipchaks on the... He's got 4 Kipchaks coming over, Nilly.
8 Cavaliers as well. They're really great against 56 Halberdiers, I heard. Any droppers in chat? Oh. Oh. Yeah. Why are we in this one?
This is only a matter of time. I think even MbL has to realize that he's dead here. He is going to clear up a trap with some Cavaliers of his own.
Okay, only 17 siege rams left.
And he's going to attack the rams with his villagers. And meanwhile, Liereyy is pushing across. Already has heavy cav archer from Mongols. And he's going to be pushing in the south. He's also going to send a few of those to the north. The cav archers from Nicov are going to be killed, and everything from MbL is going to be killed.
Aggressive castle there by Hera. Would have loved to see him going to sling those over to the Mongol player for the long run, but obviously game was absolutely over. Yeah, a bit of a misread of the situation. It is tricky though, right? How many high-level plays did we see on this map in a 2v2? Very few. And how many with this civilization composition? Probably not a single one.
I'm just confused why they went for no fish after they cleared the water. Like, they invested all of that to clear the water, and then they didn't. Like, MbL had like 30 lumberjacks and 12 farmers, and he's not making extra fishing ships with his excess wood. It seems a bit weird.
Oh, Tangerine, please, God no, those percentages are so wrong. But yeah, I would love the idea with the Viper percentage. Okay. Like, I get really tilted by the Counter-Strike prediction of the AI. It's so incredibly wrong. Oh, God. But, well, hey. Okay, let's focus on this one. Yeah, felt really, really smooth and easy, I have to say. Right? Hera booms, plays Celts, and never felt... Like, I think the biggest damage Hera received was by the ground attack of his own Mangonel.
Yep. And I think, like, if you're in MbL's position there, once you get the castle up, you're making Kipchaks, you're making siege. Like, I feel like, if anything, you have to be more aggressive against Hera rather than looping the Kipchaks around south to try and do some potential damage to Liereyy. Because you don't see any military from Hera. You just see TCs. You have to know his economy is pretty good, right? Like, attempt to punish it.
And the force TC there at the front, maybe it had to be a Capdram go.
I mean, maybe. Or maybe you just make more mangonels and push through in the top instead of just bouncing off his walls.
Where do you rate? Where do you go? Maybe MbL should have tried a Capdram go.
I don't know. Seems pretty slow. We've sunk fairly low. Do you know Joe? You there, bro?
Why? What's wrong with Joe?
Joe. Okay, I'm not even gonna. Okay.
Does he have normal eyes? Or are they out of cotton?
Oh my god, you Cotton Eye Joe. Now you're old, dude. That's boomer talk.
But
right
that's
there.
what I did before. Where should he raid? Where should he go? MbL should have gone for the Capdram go. Didn't you get that?
No, because you didn't say it with the right intonation.
Where should he raid? Where should he go? I think
That's
MbL should
it.
have go for the Rem push go. Oh, I screwed it up. Wait, let me go. Should have gone for the Capdram go. Where should he raid? Where should he go? MbL should have gone for the Capdram go.
Why does this happen every time we cast together on your channel?
That I have to explain my jokes to you? Because you don't get them.
Now you're just making me feel... What does Viper think?
Viper, tell us, who is more funny, Dave or I am? Don't get me involved in this. You can't get out now.
Did you say? He's like a parent, and us two kids are asking him which is the favorite, the favorite child.
Yeah.
And like the whole chat knows that it's me, but Viper just doesn't want to say it.
Oh no. The poll on my channel, who's funnier, Dave or me?
That seems kind of.
I'm not sure if I want to do that to myself.
It's gonna be skewed though. There's a bunch of Nilly stands, and any Nilly stands in the chat?
Oh god. Okay, Mod is allowed to do the poll and ask who's funnier, Neely or Dave.
Yeah. It's gonna hurt my ego though.
Do we want a third answer as an option? Who is funnier? Neely, Dave, or a potato? Or God Night Show? Oh, we have the ID for the next game. Not Socotra up next. Aztec Goth. Composition that we did see earlier today. Ethiopians and Burmese on the other side. Interesting. I think Aztec's Goth could be... this one looks like a really prepared strategy. Aztec's Goth, it's the same that WWP played earlier today, but they did fall to Britons, but you see Aftermath banning Britons.
Aftermath does have Ethiopians, but obviously missing out on that range, so...
Aftermath does have Ethiopians?
Sorry, Tempo. Sorry, dude, it's both of those players used to be after. I'm sorry.
Used to be. Okay.
What do you think about Burmese here?
Throwaway Civ. Just full wall into Mess Knights. Getting 2 wood upgrades, that's it. Yeah. Just very generic. Don't want to play it on another map. Who's funnier? Let's see. Neely, Dave, or Doubt? Is that really fair?
Oh, looks like Dave is pulling into the lead. Doubt firmly in control of this, though, and we have our finish here, folks. We have Doubt with 48%, 728 votes. Dave coming in second with 27% on Nilly's own channel with 414 votes to his name. And Nilly bringing it up at the bottom with a pathetic 25%. 388 votes on his own channel. Nilly's really going to have to work on his comedy meta here. Seems like he's fallen a little bit behind the times. People just not understanding his jokes. Maybe go back to the drawing board, come up with a better game plan, and bring it to his next stream. Now, heading into the game, not Socotra being played right here, and we have Hera+Liereyy versus Nicov and MbL. Liereyy is playing as the Ethiopians, MbL playing as the Goths, Nicov playing as the Aztecs, and finally Hera playing as the Burmese. What do you think here, Nilly? So it looks like we're having some technical difficulties, and Nilly isn't actually in the broadcast right now, maybe nursing his hurt emotions from his fan base, abandoning him on the Who is Funnier poll. Nicov actually coming forward with a villager now, as Hera is luring in the elephant. Perfect timing there for Hera, and he's going to find the villager with his scout and track that down, although Nicov has an eagle there. Still can't get in touch with Nilly. Seems like he's in a really dark place at the moment, but I'm going to continue the cast and hopefully keep up the entertainment for the chat. Hera trying to snag that villager, but Nicov still laming over here with his own villager and still has the eagle, so really tough for Hera to engage here. Hera's trying to push in 2 ostriches at once. Still can't contact Nilly. Haven't heard a peep out of him. The broadcast is in shambles currently, as we see MbL also going for some lames on Liereyy.
Lord Schamberg, thank you so much for the 100 gifted subs. So Dave, sorry I had to mute you. So what do you think about the Civ matchup?
Well, I think Aztecs and Goths is kind of a prepared strategy, as you mentioned before. And then Burmese is somewhat of a throwaway pick, and Ethiopians can always be strong on these settings. MbL now engaging against Liereyy again, but MbL's units are very weak here. He's got to be careful.
So honestly, guys, if on my channel I have 25%, I think I'm funny. By the way, we had a restart here, obviously, I knew that. So, if we had 25% on my channel, if we do this poll on Doubt's channel, what do I get? Like, -3%?
You're definitely dipping a little bit. I would be minus, though, too. Everyone would just vote Doubt there. I like to think, like, when I think of the age scene, I think of Doubt as like the Jonas Brothers of age. Jonas Brother. You know, like all the fangirls. If you're a Doubt fangirl, you will go to every concert. You know what I'm saying? You'll have all the merch. You'll always put his name in a poll. He's just that kind of guy.
It was a prank, bro. Just the whole chat pranking me. Okay, at least that the two of us had more than Doubt.
Together, yeah.
Yeah, together.
We should just always pool our resources.
Yeah. I'm not sure if committees
like,
will allow that, though. When it comes to...
Can we pool our hairline?
Together?
Yeah, can I get a little bit?
I'm not sure if I can offer enough. I think combined beards could be even more glorious.
Ooh. Then if the two of us combined our beards, we'd have like one Stark beard.
Yeah. I think we could drink all the craft beer then.
Hey, there we go.
We could go wood chopping.
Dude, we could like buy expensive beard oil.
We could wear some check mark.
I do that already though.
Okay.
It's called plaid. It's kind of cool.
Plaid.
What happened to the game? We're getting into the game.
So now let's talk about the real game here, and let's go. MbL+Nicov, he is playing Aztecs, did go for quite some lame. We also have the potential here for Mr. MbL. Last game was relatively lame with two villagers at the other side. Let's see if they will try to repeat this one or if it will be more of a chilled game. So far, no villagers moving out. I'm a bit surprised.
Yeah, well, they kind of revealed their hand last time around, but I guess it was to be expected anyway. So I'm also surprised that we won't see any villagers coming out right away.
Okay, boss getting pulled in quite early. Scout still at home. 1 minute 40 here. As you all know, guys, 4 minutes. Time to restart a game if you have an unfortunate start, if you have an unfortunate map. Just to have better games in general. And what is this lumber camp by MbL? MbL, I offer you the world of wood. I give you a lumber camp spot where you never run out of wood. Or you go for the tiny little thing that will run out in Castle Age.
Do you think he's just so used to playing Serengeti on the ladder that he thought it was Serengeti?
But this is too clumped together for Serengeti, no?
I'm looking for something, Nilly.
Nicov MbL doing a great job now, combining forces there and trying to lame the village on the outside. Maybe that was the goal for MbL, that he is not getting lamed there. Oh, actually, there's still a Rhino. Okay, they're going for this one. 330, we could see another restart technically. Hera MbL trading off while Nicov just passing. Another hit. MbL should be a bit better there, I believe.
Yeah, I think Nikov's going to get this back to... Probably take it back to MbL's TC. And Hera will be -1 Rhino. Good cover there from MbL with his scout to distract the scout from Hera.
Love this. Attack now? No, not an option. Oh, but now he is running a bit out of it. Oh, problems for Nicov. Could take some more hits. Ooh, dodged that one. Boink. 21 HP.
Nicov even thinking about engaging against the scout from Hera there. Opting not to do that, and he's going to bring it back to his allies CC. That's really good teamwork from the AM guys.
Love it, love it, love everything about it. And aggressive mill here, not the most important thing. Only has 1 villager there, and still missing 2 sheep in the back though. What's happening there? Didn't scout those. Huh.
I believe they're goats.
Okay, well, they're still not taken though.
Well, they're just weighing their options, you know.
Okay. Undecided. And what are the team compositions going to be? Let's both take one team. I will say I will go for Tempo and you will go for AM. I think Tempo goes for Crossbow
That's
Knights.
way easier, though.
Now it's your turn.
Bro. Bro, that's so much
Let's
easier,
split the work 50-50. Dave, I did one team.
50. Is MbL going to lose a villager to the Rhino here?
4 HP. Jumperino. Saved. Oh, no. That is a bit out of position. Okay, good job. Good job, yeah. Dave.
Dude. Okay,
for
the other
work.
side,
Okay.
I think we're going to see... Yikes, dude. I don't even know. Archers from Nicov and... I don't know what you were going to see from MbL. He could go knights, I guess.
Okay.
It just feels weird to have Goss here, right?
Yeah. So, quick question, Dave. How much stone do you need to buy if you are God and want to go for host cults?
700.
Oh, why is that?
Because you kind of start with not much stone on this map, so.
None to be mined. Only 20 here to build some outpost if you have to. If you
I actually learned that on a stream earlier today. That
Okay.
you don't start with stone here.
Okay.
So.
What was the name of that stream? And what you recommended?
Honestly, wasn't very memorable, so can't quite pull it up. I'll let you know later, though. I'll look in my browser history and I'll link you
Okay.
after.
Well, please be very careful what you link out of your browser history for me.
Yep.
Very
All right,
careful.
so Militia here from MbL are coming in. They will be men-at-arms soon, and he might actually be able to catch out this villager from Hera. Let's see how well he blocks it.
Oh, that looks so good.
Ooh, MbL.
A bit. Oh, if only had the scout there. Ah.
Doink. I learned that one from Tristan.
Okay. Oh, that was you, not in the game.
Yeah.
Nice.
Okay, so 4 men-at-arms
range by Nicov. So they're actually playing feudal age aggression here against the fast castle play from the Tempos, and that should be another dead villager. Yoink.
Yep, and MbL going with an archer range of his own, so he's going to be pushing forward. That house is actually a really great position for him to attack, because it's going to take Hera quite a while to walk over there. Might be able to get in, but Hera immediately sending 2 villagers to wall behind that, and that scout is very low HP, so it's going to be tough for MbL to actually get through there.
Could even make an argument for Liereyy sending the scout at the other side, but yeah, scout is pushed away there. Defensive barracks only now. Hera's eco is a bit on the wild side. Is he playing siege? Or is
he did actually. He walled in the eagle from Nico.
Yeah. Man-at-arm opening by Nicov as well, so that's a lot of aggression. And those are interesting approaches. It feels like Liereyy and Hera both wanted to play fast castle, and both abandoned the strategy and are trying to defend Imperial Age now, because both are dropping a barracks.
And they realize the danger of having so many men-at-arms battering at the walls. Lierey's base is, if they continue that, will get smaller and smaller, but it looks like they're going to opt to head over to Hera This house wall is going to be pretty difficult to defend behind as long as there's archers from the AM boys.
And now, indecisive a bit there, or a bit of a miscommunication going for the already hurt house at the top, and we see MbL going for the other angle, but both players going man-at-arm archer. That's not a team composition per se.
No, it's not something you can scale very well into the next stage. But MbL will be through on the walls here, and Nicov can follow him, and suddenly Hera's going to have to wall behind, and the bases keep getting smaller and smaller for Hera and Liereyy here.
Well, it will be tricky to combine armies then. MbL pretty annoying, trying to block this one. That house only at 200 HP, and Goth are so good at killing this.
Yep.
And how much siege are you getting out then?
Oh my goodness, Hera's running out of room here. I mean, it's getting really close to his wood line, his gold there, and now Nicov separated his forces. I like this, going over to the walls from Liereyy, so he's going to put a bit of pressure on him. Lierey's halfway to the castle age, so he's going to have to figure out a way to defend for the time being.
Hera bought 200 stone to build a defensive tower. Now they're thinking about bailing on that idea, going to the other angle. Hera, so far away from castle age, needs a blacksmith, needs so much more food as well.
Yep. And MbL's eco behind this looking pretty good, although he's not fully walled. And same with Nicov as well. It's just how are they going to deal with the castle age units from Liereyy in early castle age?
Well, it's 4 archers for now, only 1 archer range. Numbers won't be that crazy, and it will take quite some time to get to the other side of the map.
Stable now from Hera. He's still about a minute away from clicking up. More than that. He's only got 5 on food right now.
How is Nicov
has to buy his way up?
Dave, this is like, he walled a bit with a hole at the front, then abandoned that one, second layer while we're keeping a hole, and that one has a hole as well. Towards MbL, he was completely open regardless. And now this looks like a weird Swiss cheese.
Okay, MbL is just going to sit under the tower. He's going to attempt to sit under the tower. But Hera with the quick house wall in front. Great stuff there from Hera. He's probably going to be clicking up to the castle age pretty soon. It looks like he used his market a little bit. MbL still with some forward pressure there, but Hera will be up to the next stage before him. MbL is going to follow in 30 seconds, 40 seconds.
Is this the spot now where you could even go for full eagles?
Because I mean, if Hera's going to continue to be open here, there is potential for that.
And he won't go for a lot of knights.
Siege too.
Yeah. I think I would like that. Still open at the front is Mr. Nicov though. So that archer range could easily fall. Only 1 archer in production. Can click up to castle age now. And I'd probably like even a weird composition. Eagle Knight. Doesn't feel unreasonable to me.
Yep. If you can somehow loop behind this army from Liereyy and catch him out in the open, you could clear all of that up. And Hera's gonna, Hera's gonna take some time to get onto the field here.
Oh yeah, good pointing out there in my chat. Add 6 bonus for eco production plus Goth team bonus.
Yep.
That's you need 1 barracks. But he adds another archer range, so yeah, it's the crossbow play. Still has 11 on them on the field, so I can see why upgrading them makes sense. That's the min space now.
I honestly think if MbL pulled his army over and Nicov looped around to the north, they could clear up this army from Liereyy once Nicov gets the castle age upgrades.
Well, MbL should get them at the same time, and both players are going for archer ranges.
Yep.
So it's full crossbow play. That means Mangonels will be really efficient in this game all of a sudden. And Liereyy already has to.
So here comes the army from MbL. He's certainly thinking about it. He should be in the castle age any second now. Nicov will not be too far behind him. And they should be able to go around this, but now knights are on the field for Hera, and this makes things a little bit more interesting.
And also scouts the loop around army, right? Crossbow, botkin arrows coming in. What is... Nicov is not upgrading his army. He's going for a siege workshop. What's happening here? Nicov is floating resources. Why are you not upgrading your army? Now runs under the GC while the Mangonels are shooting or what? No! No, not in Nicov!
Nicov, get in! Get in! Get in! Oh my god, dude. Saved. Actually saved. What a clutch garrison there. And a clutch quick wall on the knights. Those knights could have been really annoying back in that wood line there. Nicov manages to quick wall them out. He's got the archers. He's actually fully walled them in. The knights are trapped for the moment.
Oh. Zooing the Zoo Master. Nice one there. And MbL going with a wild siege workshop there in no man's land. 3 Mangonels against him. Will get 1 shot off. Nice kill.
Never underestimate MbL when he's got Mangonels on the fields.
Oh, dodging left, right. Oh, ground attack in no man's land. And yeah, loses that one though.
Yikes. Of course he had to do that after I said that.
Should not have said
That's
that.
the MbL. Yeah, that siege workshop placement was a bit... I think that was just a reflex for MbL. He was pulling his army across. He had a villager there, and he just dropped it in the middle without really thinking about it. He's going to be forced to drop another one.
So it's 1 player going knights, 3 other players going crossbow mangonel.
I think MbL could potentially in this situation justify going for like some sort of siege pike push just against Hera. Because he knows that Lierey's army is going to be fully committed over on this side against Nicov.
The distance is so short though on this map.
Yeah,
right? He walks 20
Liereyy,
seconds. Yeah. He is going for exactly that though. Pikeman Mangonel. I don't mind this army.
You kind of have to count on Nicov keeping Liereyy busy for this army to be super effective.
And how did that work?
It didn't work at all. Nicov thought Liereyy was still hanging around, but now he's going to move across now that he knows where Lierey's army position is. Credit to Liereyy for coming over right away. And they're going to take out another siege workshop from MbL.
And MbL's building his 3rd siege workshop of the game. Only had 1 Mangonel out. And oh no, now Nikov's army is alone.
Yep.
They need to combine forces, but how can they? 1 more.
Oh, I wouldn't have. I don't know if I would have shot there if I was Nicov. You just let the knights know exactly where you are. He's getting some decent attack rounds. He does have a monk, but I feel like the knights could just clear up this entire army. I think letting Hera know you were there was a big mistake from Nicov.
And now MbL wanted to come over and help out, but Liereyy already having ballistics, microing like a young Austrian god, and is intercepting everything that MbL was sending over. This looking good for Tempo.
Viper percentage on the win here. I think it is pretty skewed in Tempo's favor at the moment.
Could you please call the patient dead? Population-wise, +10 only.
What's the prognosis?
I'm waiting.
63%, dude. It's like 80%, 90%.
Army value 4k to 1.8k. Mangonel, 1-for-1 trade, not what he needed, but the best that was given to him. MbL selling some wood. Siege Workshop number 4 on the way. He likes those.
MbL did buy stone to get a second TC. So he's what we would call booming up behind this. But obviously, in the backseat in terms of military pressure, the crossbows from Liereyy just getting so much value here. But look at the amount of monks now from Nicov. If Hera, paths a little bit wrong, takes a bad engagement, suddenly Nicov could have a pretty deadly force on the field.
Mangonel, some dances. 7 monks is quite nice.
Did you see that?
I didn't see it. That was
Yikes,
painful.
dude.
Mangonel shot, maybe. Oh, towards the crossbow. Oh god, but he's still losing so many. And Knights are still chasing this one down. 22 Knights on the field. Hallelujah. And Monk numbers now completely decimated. And he just had 9 Monks. All of a sudden, it's down to 1.
Yeah, and he didn't get a single conversion, I don't think.
Yeah.
And the Knights are just going to flood into his base.
He was probably sitting at home, like, 1 Magno shot, raising his arms like, yeah, look at that. And then the 9 Monks died. But he knows how to quick wall. Holy moly.
That's a rough feeling, though. Anytime you have to wall out your TC and keep all the villagers and your army inside of it, that's a really rough feeling. He does have some monks coming out of the monasteries here, but it feels like that TC is going to go down pretty quickly. MbL's heading across the map to try and help his ally, but with Liereyy in the Imperial Age, he decides that it's just not worth the trouble. Those will soon be arbless, and they decide to tap out here. Interesting beginning for Nicov and MbL. It just ran into problems there in early Castle Age.
Okay, score is 3.3 to 0.7. And hashtag Goth doesn't feel too crazy. They did so much against Terra. What went wrong against Liereyy?
I don't know, because I feel like they were even in a decent position in early Castle Age. They just needed to coordinate a little bit better. It felt like the AM guy, or the tempo guys were together with their army, and Nicov and MbL were constantly split. It's difficult, right? What would you have done in AM's position?
I think I would not have gone for this crazy, although the crazy early strategy wasn't too bad. I think I then would have switched into 1 player Knights, 1 player crossbow, and not 2 players crossbow and 1 player trying to build 4 different siege workshops. I think MbL just lost so much in momentum then. Okay, let's take a look at some of the statistics. Looked like Liereyy had quite some nice kills there, 44. Compared to the opponent's team only combining 39 kills for themselves. Nicov obviously losing quite some buildings there. And we did have an extra TC for MbL, but we don't really see that in the gathered resources. No. Liereyy had 42 villagers max. What happened there? 1 TC on the way to him? Yeah. Did he have any villager losses that we forgot or overlooked? No, not a single one.
I don't think so, no.
Just idling the TC a bit to get up to the ages quicker. Okay.
Yeah. Any idlers in chat?
Any what?
Idlers, you know?
Well, they
people like to idle their
right?
TC.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Indians was so weird as well. So I think I updated all the civilizations now. Up next is home map of AM. And that has to be Team Islands now. And we have Portuguese for tempo. How excited are you?
Wait, the home map for AM is Islands?
Team Islands, yeah.
Team Islands? Oh.
Never
thought I would have heard that sentence before.
it feels weird, right?
Yeah, but I guess against Liereyy and Hera, I mean, if you want to make things crazy, Team Islands is one of those maps, right?
Not sure. I know that Nicov really hates that map, and it sounds weird for MbL as well. I'm surprised. What odds would you need to bet on AM still winning the series?
Like, my percentages or
Yeah.
I would probably bet on 5-1 odds, 6-1, 7-1.
I will offer you 6-1.
Okay, but I'm not putting a big amount down.
Okay. Like,
I'll take 6-1 odds.
okay. For AM winning the series. So
Am I saying it?
your 5 gifted subs on my channel to me gifting 30 subs on your channel.
Okay.
Okay.
Dave is mad. Terrible odds. Listen, if it's 6-1, I've seen crazier things happen in age, dude. I'll take 30 subs. I was gonna gift you 5 subs anyway, so it's basically I'm breaking even anyway.
Why would you give me 5 subs?
Because you're a good guy. I feel bad beating you on a poll on your own channel, asking who's funnier. I just feel bad.
Okay. I think I'm ripping you off there.
Yeah, I think so.
But we are paying high taxes to Twitch.
Yeah.
Weeb, thanks for the 5 gifted subs. Did you already pay, Dave? You could have used
No.
your real name.
Huge weeb. That's my real name.
No. That's your fake name to hide that you gifted 5 subs.
Hey guys, huge weeb here coming at you with some hot content. Sorry, huge weeb. I know you've been very generous. You just got to make fun of that name.
Johnny Oz, thanks for the prime as well. Oh, yeah.
The house always wins. Yeah, except when it's against like a tornado or something.
Oh,
Usually
boy.
loses.
That was a... Did you hear that one before? Or did you come up with it on the spot?
I just came up with it on the spot.
You're a funny guy.
I'm a force of nature, dude. It was supposed to be a comparison between me and a tornado, me and a flood, or like a fire, or like a hurricane or something.
Sick. So you're like the third pick.
I'm a natural disaster.
Agreed with that. Okay, let's jump
You know in
into
your
the game.
insurance policy, when it says act of God?
What?
Yeah, like an act of God. Like that's part of an insurance policy.
Ah, yeah.
I'm that guy.
Okay. Oh, okay. Okay. I didn't know it was a guy. Act of God. That's what. Okay. We call it like natural disasters or something. Okay. What's the most expensive thing that you ever destroyed?
I don't know. Honestly, I have no idea, dude. I haven't destroyed anything. God, that's something I need to get on that, man. I need to destroy something really expensive now that I'm thinking about it. Like, what does that feel like?
To destroy something?
Like, really expensive, though.
I don't know. I know that...
Can I just say that the island from Hera+Liereyy looks like a really, like, fat and lazy lizard? And that the island from MbL+Nicov looks like a fat and lazy cat.
And
We see it?
with a small poop at the end, at the tail.
Something
it's
like that. Like
sitting
a
there.
toy or something.
That's the tail. Oh, it's a toy? Okay. I'm seeing more of an owl at the bottom.
I saw an owl at first.
Mm-hmm.
But
Or
then I went
cardinal?
to cat.
Okay.
Welcome to the stream. Game number 5.
It's the most entertaining RTS game on the market right now. Age of Empires 2 Definitive Edition.
Not to be confused with High Definition Edition.
Or the guaranteed last expansion being the Last Khans.
Players now pushing in deer. We see docks on the front from MbL+Nicov. And a dock on the front from Liereyy now. Looking onto the north side of the island from Tempo, we see a dock from Hera. He's using a villager to collect the fish and drop it off at his dock, which is a relatively new feature of the game. Slight breeze running north to south today. Weather is quite nice at a balmy 22 degrees Celsius. Woodline is quite saturated for Hera. He's opting to make a house now to increase his population. Walls now coming up from MbL. A little bit nervous. Potential landing. We've seen it in the past from Tempo. So MbL is getting the walls down to protect himself on the land. Ground is in fantastic position today. The dew came out around 5:30 in the morning and dissipated by around 9:30. Really soft grass on the islands.
Did you ever consider casting golf?
Yeah, I know. I was literally that's the golf. That's the golf voice. I love playing it, and I'm mad, Nilly. I'm mad because we went into another lockdown for 6 weeks, and they shut down all the golf courses and driving ranges. So I have no exercise, you know?
Okay. I think golf is weird. It's like the goal of a game to play
Against yourself.
the least
Yeah.
of the game.
It's a game against yourself. You can play with others, but it's against yourself. That's why I love it.
But it's
play
like
alone,
the
you know?
goal of golf is to play as little golf as possible.
Yeah.
Okay. So the game dropped again, guys?
Yep.
We are not sure about the forecast of the next game, but we will let you know. Oh, what? It's just a pause, I think. people in the chat instantly, like in the caster chat, AM is victorious. Okay, so 2-3. MbL again, nice.
This has been worse than usual. This set for drops and
That's why I don't understand why we ever do live games. I think it would be only fair play if Tempo is now giving the W to AM.
I mean, they were ahead.
Yeah. The score 629, 595.
I think we should ask Viper and then
It's
go
good,
off of that.
good sportsmanship I learned today.
Yeah. Yeah. My question to you, Nilly, is how you don't think that's good sportsmanship. I can see. Yeah, that's my question for you. How do you think that's not good sportsmanship for them to give the win in that situation?
Let me do something else. I try to get the AM is victorious between the two trees without touching the trees. Think I'm touching.
All I can hear right now, Nilly, is I think I'm touching. Like it's really weird, dude. It's weird.
Okay, I think I failed. No, I think it's great sportsmanship by them
Okay.
to give up a game that they absolutely could have won.
For the
Let me
sake of
Google
the tournament and the viewers and the other team and the game.
sportsmanship. Sportsmanship.com. No.
That seems legit.
Let's see. What? I don't even want to know what that website is. The first picture already looked horrible. Give me the English Wikipedia, man. Is there
Maybe
no English? There's no simple English. Fairness. Where is...
Fair and generous behavior or treatment of others. I think it was fair, and I think it was generous.
Was it fair? I don't think it was fair. Because they got a loss for a game that they could have won. So it wasn't fair.
It was fair to the other team.
No. Simply no. It was more than they deserved. So it was not fair. Okay, what was the other thing?
Would it be unfair to them if they played it again?
Yes.
Would it be unfair to the other team?
Yes, but I think
Okay.
no outcome would have been fair.
Okay.
I think every decision would have been unfair in a sense.
Yeah, I can see that.
So, okay, what were the three criteria? Fair? Disagree.
It was fair and generous behavior or treatment of others.
Generous? Agreed.
Yep. So we're at 50%.
Yeah. So they're 50% sportsmanship. Oh, look at this. Hera trapped his transport ship apparently. Who pulled the plug there? Did he trap his transporter? And this is the restore. This is going to be interesting.
The drama is brewing. It's percolating like a coffee machine right now. Bubbling up to the surface.
Let's see about that. And yeah, this will be really problematic. Do you even what?
This is a new game.
Yeah, I think Robo did send the wrong ID. Are they starting a new game?
Yep. I guess
No way.
I'm in a new game.
No way. Okay, Dave, get your definition of sportsmanship out again.
Sportsmanship.
Nilly, why is Hera streaming? There's a program called OBS, and there he clicked on start your stream. And that's how it works. It's very simple. Yeah, Dave. So, what's happening here? One player does something absolutely disastrous. Killing basically 125 wood at the start of the game. And killing all the initiative, right? Either you delete your dock or you delete your transport ship. Then your teammate drops and you start a completely new game.
Mm-hmm.
What was your great definition of sportsmanship again?
Could they not restore? Or did they just...
Robo thought they would restore.
So I wouldn't be... like, I'll need to see the player's point of view. Maybe someone... Actually, no. If you were in Hera's chat, don't share with us because I'm sure we'll get 15 different stories. But maybe in return for the favor AM was granted earlier, they said we could restore the match for tempo instead of restoring it.
But why, like, why would you offer that?
I don't know.
You dropped?
That's why I need to see their point of view. I feel like we're looking at this without the full context.
I would be surprised if Hera said, by the way, I had a transport ship. Let's make it even. So restore was broken, apparently.
Okay, so it was broke. Okay, that makes sense. So, it works both ways, Nilly. Karma, you know? Justice. Fairness.
And
equality.
This
balance
game
of the dark and light side of the restart. Okay.
This game, AM will call a restart.
This is just hot and spicy, dude.
But why did they call restart? What happened here?
Let me see.
Nothing happened. What is this? Age of Empires 2. It's a medieval strategy game where you try to build economy and some army which works in a rock, paper, scissors system. Watch and enjoy the stream. Welcome to you, Berlin.
I don't know why they restarted here.
340 food. We still have both boars? Not even gone for it.
Hera just pushed in the second deer, like...
All look pretty standard to me.
Yeah.
Maybe it was for fair play, Dave. Maybe read me another definition of fair play.
Okay, this is a good one. Sportsmanship and in brackets for teens. This is perfect for you. Good sportsmanship is when people who are playing or watching a sport treat each other with respect. This includes players, parents, coaches, and officials.
Okay, and how is this a sign of respect?
I don't know what you're referring to.
The giving up the 65-35 game. Or let's call it 75-25.
It's respect for the game. And for the community. And for all the
viewers.
But
that's not the definition.
Watching.
It was respect towards the other players, no? Or the game. Why is it respectful for the game?
Because that's part of sportsmanship.
But I don't understand how.
Okay, I'll read you a more complex. Okay, sportsmanship is an aspiration or ethos that a sport or activity will be enjoyed for its own sake. This is with proper consideration for fairness, ethics, respect, and a sense of fellowship with one's competitors. You don't have to only display sportsmanship towards someone.
Okay, but
you can display it towards an idea, or a community, or a game.
Okay, and where's the display?
In giving the game to AM, like they did previously, they are avoiding all the drama. They're avoiding all of
If they avoided all the drama, why am I still hours after that still talking about it?
Because apparently you're the only person that doesn't fucking understand.
Apparently they didn't do a good job of avoiding drama.
Your fucking brain.
I think it's not a great move what they did.
Okay.
So, Dave, now that we did this for a solid 3 hours.
In a literal sense and take you through like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 points. I don't have to fucking hold your hand. An adult should be able to put the pieces together.
Should we rename this tournament from 2 pools, more designed around us?
2 pools? Probably.
Yes.
That's fine. I'm funnier than you are.
I know.
Yep. And now I have the stats to back it up.
Dave, screenshot, printer. In the back, yeah. Framing it. That's the hammer we heard in the background. I'm there nearly. Give me 20 seconds.
Oh my god. See, if we were like a bigger stream, and if our community was big into drama, they would just clip that part of me yelling at you, Nilly. It would be like, it would be everywhere. Like Dave loses his cool on Nilly.
Man, is this humor or is Neely really this toxic?
No, this is what toxic. When were you toxic? You're just asking questions, and I'm getting annoyed because you know exactly what I mean, and you're asking very specific questions to try and get to the root of my idea, but I haven't had a fucking hour to consider every single possible response. If you let me think about it, I'll come back to you in a day, Nilly, with a full thought out argument.
Okay. Team Islands, 1 minute 20 seconds to go. No more player restarts in this one, right?
Any toxic people in chat? Nice one, dude. Nice one.
Oh god, I missed for all the quality jokes. DK Krista, I can refund that. Apparently you donated to the wrong channel.
That was the $30 donation, right?
Yeah.
Oh, well, I didn't miss it.
Okay.
I saw it.
I think that's a clear refund. Sorry.
All right, guys, we're going finally into game number 5 here. Got a lot of fans of both teams, I think, in the chat here. So if you're a fan of Nicov and MbL, make sure you subscribe to Nilly_AOE. And if you're a fan of Tempo with Liereyy and Hera, make sure you show your support by tossing in a donation or maybe bits into the channel. We really want to know which way you're leaning in this game 5 matchup here on Team Islands. The third go for Team Islands. We've had 2 restarts. No, sorry, a crash and a restart so far.
Oh, it would be so nice if they now picked the wrong civilization, right?
Well, looks like we got some AM fans in the chat here. We've got a couple subscribers here. Big Walt coming in. Sorry, 1 subscriber. That's sad. AM only has 1 fan.
Ah, you got him. That's him. It's probably MbL's mom.
She's a nice lady.
Yeah, she is.
Okay, so we got finally a Team Islands game. Hopefully nothing goes awry here. Nicov and MbL matching up against Hera and Liereyy. And I don't know if you're into the game yet, Nilly, but no animal-shaped islands here. Just a big chunker for the Tempo boys and a skinny little line for Nicov and MbL.
Oh. Then we have a Tempo fan here with 300 biddies. Dave is such a sellout. No one disagreeing.
Don't be silly. Sub to Nilly.
You're so good at rhyming. I can't keep up.
All right, so Team Islands, attempt number 3. Third time is the charm. And it looks like both teams are going to go for... Well, I don't know what they're going to go for because we're at the beginning of Team Islands and...
Well, you got two more subbers.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
True Delta coming in with the prime. Any other primers in chat? Click that subscribe button, scroll down, and see if you have your
There was
Amazon
another primer.
Prime.
Could you quickly read his name to me? Above True Delta.
Thank you for subscribing. Sepinon coming in with the support for AM. 10 gifted tier 1 subs. Any gifters in chat? Sholani B2B, getting that B2B business done with a Prime subscription. Bloody Nuts gifting 5 tier 1 subs to Nilly AoE.
As well as Dreadman, AC Nitro. Thanks, guys. Bloody Nuts. Sapinot. Thanks, guys. We're 4 minutes into the game. No restart here. And MbL now going for the side dock to mix it up. That is a bit surprising. They did show front docks earlier.
MbL had side dock in the first game.
No, sure. Front dock. I'm 100%
no,
sure.
He walled. Yeah, he walled. Never mind. They were switched. They were north-south instead. Yeah.
Another 5 gifted subs. Hello.
So many AM supporters here. Not too many supporters of Tempo. We're not seeing those donations fly in. Remember, this broadcast is brought to you by support from viewers like you. So if you're at home and enjoying this content, remember you can always support with donations or bits. Show that proud support of the Tempo team here as they try and finish out the set.
And if you want to see more tournaments and want to thank the tournament host, LidaKor is the channel as well. Maybe stop by, give him some love, say that you're enjoying the format if you do, saying that you're enjoying the games if you do, saying that he shouldn't be too sad because LidaKor is not in control over the problems with live games sometimes. Xanti flies in with 5 as well.
Yeah, 5 more subs and Nick, Primer in chat coming in. Going to be Prime Gaming over at Nilly_AOE for the next 30 days. Also, if you don't want to give monetary support or you can't give monetary support to LidaKor, just go over to his channel and drop a follow. He has a lot of great content, and the whole premise for this tournament is very, very interesting with the Civ drafts. So we want to support more tournaments, more contents like this, and LidaKor does a great job. So go over and give him a follow. It takes like 2 seconds of your time.
While we're still in Dark Age here as well. Let's think about it. We have 3,000 people here. Should we just pause and not show any content till 3,000 more people are following LidaKor stream?
I think we have to talk about the game eventually. This has just been one giant sellout over here. And Tempo going, Hera going for a transport ship right away. Hasn't blocked this one in, unfortunately for AM. And Hera sending 2 villagers forward now. So he's going to go scout and villagers. He's not going to do that only scout debate strategy that we've seen a couple times.
Yeah, in team games it just makes so much sense to go for the landing, but people got really good at walling themselves. MbL, even with the gate, that's something we don't see too often. Not really on gold yet, though. Feels like he might go for galleys, and ooh, that transporter will get spotted quite quickly by Nicov, if he actually saw it.
Yeah, it's whether he notices it, right? It was 1 second it was within his line of sight, and he sends a fishing ship over.
Oh, isn't that a beautiful love story? A guard fishing ship.
Escort. He's escorting him.
Okay.
Uber Rashung coming in with the support for AM. A lot of AMers in the chat.
Yeah. Okay. In untypical play, the Terra's actually landing at the site. Most of the time we've now seen players landing through the center. And MbL, still 1 villager, 1 scout landing is his plan. Walls of Nicov a bit on the later side, but should still be fine here, I would think.
Yeah, I mean, landing in the center basically means that you can hit both players, or you have the option to hit both players. At the side here, Hera might run into some problems, and MbL's already fully walled. And like you said, the walls for Nicov are going to be in time. So what are the scouts really going to accomplish here other than being a little bit annoying?
Well, you get control. You know, if you only build 3 scouts, that already gives you so much control and so much threat. You can build a tower. You will, for example, force Nicov from not going onto berries here.
Oh yeah, the berries are outside, so he's going to have to find another source of food and hope that his fishing ships are being kept alive. He is going for galleys. So he's going to loop around and try and hit the fish from Hera, which are pretty exposed at the moment. And MbL going for a tower against Hera with 1 villager.
Okay.
But the scout from Liereyy is nearby there. He's got to be careful with that.
But this is, yeah, no reaction. It's actually pretty weird how little Hera is walling. That is a pretty big blind counter. Just think about if the opponent was landing with archers, which is not out of the question with Saracens. Hera could be defeated here.
Yeah, Hera gonna lose 2 fishing ships really, really quickly to the galleys from Nicov. He has to pull them back to deal with the fire ships from Liereyy. And MbL has to pull his fish away to deal with the fire ships from Liereyy as well. Hera also knows that MbL has landed because he saw the scout.
Yeah. Now sees the tower and he will expect that more is coming. I think he could easily overreact here.
Yep.
Defensive tower to this. Ooh. This could be a spot where like 3 scouts could also come in.
Yeah. Remember, Hera lost 2 of his fishing ships, so he's had to place farms. It's gonna be a rough position for him. Liereyy, fortunately for Hera, Liereyy is doing damage to the fishing economy from MbL, and he did push the fish off for a little bit against Nicov.
MbL also going for 3 galleys. Probably wants to snipe some fishing ships of Liereyy. Shouldn't be the toughest task ever. And look at that heavy market usage. What is this one? MbL will be up to castle age really quickly. Hallelujah, what a time. This is basically fast castle timing.
And is he gonna go... Did you go like Siege Monk here with Saracen? He hasn't... He doesn't have any other production buildings.
I would really like that.
And the scout from Liereyy is 1 HP too. Oh, that could be deadly, Nilly.
Yeah, they won't get a lot of scouting intel. Like, Hera scout is at the other island. Liereyy at 1 HP. And MbL, what is he? Is he repairing this tower?
Oh, no. You can't lose this villager, MbL. You cannot. Hera doesn't notice?
MbL,
MbL, no!
What?
Dude, that's disaster!
Okay, he wanted to play water anyways, apparently. But just being castle age and not knowing that he killed the villager.
He's gonna be... If I know MbL, he's gonna be so mad at himself for that. He's gonna think that... I think he thought the villager could repair from the north side of that tower.
Yeah.
But he had walled that. He just couldn't see the wall behind the tower. That's really unfortunate.
So problem for Nicov will be his castle age timing. Because how is he really getting food?
Yeah.
He has 4 fishing ships that are under attack. Lierey's going for galleys here. And fish is dying. Nicov might be sitting at 3 on food pretty soon.
I mean, luckily for him, he does have the numbers advantage against Lierey's ships for now.
Yeah.
But if Lierey's up to the castle age way faster, could be an issue. Still good micro from Nicov here. Pick off a few ships from Liereyy.
Yeah, really like that one for sure. It's so tough to reinforce though. And oh, he's losing all his fish. He doesn't have a mill. He still can't farm. His castle age timing will be so late compared to the others.
He's just now building the mill, and obviously he needs that mill to make the market too, even if he wanted to buy himself some res. So really, really slow there from Nicov. But MbL now coming in with some galleys, and he's going to clear up the fish from Liereyy and also distract him a little bit, which will give Nicov a bit of time. You still got to feel like it would have been so much more dangerous for MbL if he had a villager on the island from Hera and Liereyy.
So 600 wood. No food at all for Nicov now. Rushes out the market. You can't, like, I kind of want to see him buy food to get horse color to drop 15 farms, but that sounds so horrible. Liereyy,
Good surround here.
All water, yeah, nice move.
That's a bit sloppy, I think.
MbL at the berries.
Liereyy out. Oh, the villagers over foraging, and the scouts and archers from Hera now can make their way in. There's still a TC there, so they can't do that much more damage, but that's a lot of food that MbL probably needed in this situation, and the scouts just run right by.
Bloodlines is helping. Gets another Hera snipe in there. Archers can be around, blocking that gold. Scouts blocked off quite nicely. MbL on point with the quick vault. I think this should be an easy defense, but still more losses than he was hoping for.
Yeah, he did not need that at all. Liereyy now on the way to the Castle Age, and he's building up within his docks. He's got 4 docks now, so he should be able to contest the water pretty nicely in Castle. And Nicov, Nilly, he's up as well somehow. He's adding some extra fishing ships to get some food. And he's got a hole on his wood line, which I think he's got a hole? No, it might not be.
Who is?
Nicov. Is that a hole?
No. That's...
Okay.
Yeah, together. Yeah, it's completely closed. But I think Hera won't have the toughest task ever to create a hole there.
Yeah. Knights plus the Siege Workshop should be able to push his way through there. And with Nicov being so slow to the Castle Age, kind of feels like, what do you do? Are you going on to a Siege Workshop immediately? I see he's on stone right here. It's going to be tough for him to defend.
Lierey's getting onto reasonable numbers on water. Can afford quite some upgrades for himself. Meanwhile, Hera is still playing super open. This feels like such a risky strategy, but he's not getting punished for it. Really surprising to me.
MbL still has that transport ship alive. Do you think he should send a villager over to the enemy island right now?
What's his other plan? He's going for some galleys with Botkin, but no war galley upgrade against Liereyy, already looking at solid numbers. Nicov is in a world of pain. Oh, this was quite some mind games here.
Yeah.
Like going for the landing, not going for the landing. 1 villager, 1 tower, 1 scout. And behind this, Liereyy is just playing a really uncontested water. Yeah, he had some losses, but he could simply completely focus on water. The only player.
I have to say, so far, it's been an excellent defense from Nicov. It doesn't look good over here, but it could have looked a whole lot worse. The stone gates, the constantly jumping in and out of the TC, Siege Workshops behind. A good response from Nicov for a terrible situation that he was in.
Mangonel, 1 down. Okay, that's solid. Oh, loses 1 for 1 though. And Tonic Tanks is just pointing out something really interesting. Vikings and Saracens don't get fast fires.
Yeah.
So Portuguese with Caravels should just dominate him so easily. They're already dominating with Victoria, but even Earlium should be completely uncontestable.
Yeah. MbL's transport ship now going down. Hera still pushing into Nicov, and Nicov doesn't really look like he has much of an answer here. He does have 400 stone, so potentially could make a castle, but castle with Vikings in Castle Age, not really what you want to see.
Yeah, Berserk's obviously not a pretty unit, and oh, get some archers at the top. Might still lose his starting TC. Still lots of repair coming in. Behind this, 3 TC by Liereyy. Hera now dropping number 2. Mangonel, is he going for the Knights? Oh, goes for the Mangonel first. Nicov is doing the best he can.
Yeah, there's a scout there from Hera inside. That's really annoying. If he loses a monk, he can't garrison because the TC doesn't have enough HP. He loses both monks to a freaking scout that came in from behind.
Oh, such a Hera move. Crazy, crazy move. And now moving forward, TC at a solid 200 HP. Now gets a conversion started. I think he might hold this one.
You know, Nicov is known for tilting a little bit in games. I can't imagine what he feels like after this game. This is just a tilter all around, I think.
Oh, and loses the Mangonel under the TC.
No, dude.
Oh, without shooting there. Oh, goddy. And that just gives more time for the Mangonels to uncontestedly go for it. Meanwhile, water fight isn't looking too good for MbL. I think the motivation and feeling in TeamSpeak can't be too great.
Yeah. I think if AM had a villager on the other island, you could make a case for a potential comeback if Tempo wasn't expecting it. But in this situation, your island's been invaded and you're losing on the water and you have no presence over at their island. I think this is pretty over.
Yeah, it felt a bit like it, and Nicov is doing an okay job of fighting off the mangonels. Now gets another 1-for-1, but so much repair into that TC. Remember, TC repair cost 4 times what other repairs are costing. And now we have another engagement, 18 against 16.
Okay, Saracen galleys. Saracen war galleys doing work here. MbL making a case for his team, but even if they trade evenly here, advantage is still for Tempo.
Yeah, over 15 villager lead behind this one, and yeah, it's simply an even trade.
And there's the castle from Nicov. Finally got enough stone there. Drop the defensive castle. He's going to have to retreat a little bit further back in his base. And I wonder if Hera just loops around to the side here. Nicov still hasn't walled to the water. And that's exactly what Hera's going to be doing.
There is still some army at the top. And, well, let's take a look. Yeah, that could easily pressure the gold.
And the knights are going to come around. Hera is not going to push directly against the castle. He's going to loop around to the side. Potentially hit those stone miners from Nicov. Or even potentially just go to MbL's base.
Yeah, MbL... It's so likely that there will be an overchop. It's so likely that there will be some expansion that he's not really taking care. And Nicov, the good teammate, should really say now, okay, I have no intel about those knights. Be aware that they could come your side.
I could see Nicov being in his like own little world of frustration and not mentioning that. And then the reaction from MbL when they show up at his base. Like, what? What? The knights? What? And then Nicov would hit back with something like, bro, you lost your villager on the other island for free, bro.
I told you it's looking bad.
Oh, whoa! MbL, how impressive is that?
Crazy. While fighting on water, right? He is losing everything on water, but yeah, that was pretty nice. Holy
that was
moly.
Insane quick walling.
Yeah, but he's losing all his ships there. Oh god, losing at the front, losing his reinforcements. So yeah, that was crazy hold. But honestly, losing like 8 villagers or losing 12 ships.
Yeah.
It doesn't really matter. And it's a 4-1 for Tempo. And we will have Suomi versus Tempo tomorrow, 16 GMT. Should be a really good set, I would say. Oh man. This game felt like some mind games going wrong.
Any gifters in the chat?
Oh, babe. Did I? I did have Twitch alerts on. Yeah. Okay. Thanks. Dave.
That was a really good set. I mean, you could have made a case for AM in a couple of those games, like the Arabia game was fantastic. And you really could make a case for them potentially winning that game. But Tempo certainly showing their quality here. They played lights out.
Game 1 was so good.
That was one of the best games in the last few months for me. That was really quality stuff.
Yeah. Tomorrow, 14 GMT, Suomi versus Tempo Storm Grand Final. I'm not sure why we are calling Single Nation Grand Final, but I did it earlier as well. So, what are your predictions for Tempo versus AM tomorrow? Tempo versus Suomi. Yeah. Best of 9.
Going into it, best of 9. Wow.
Yeah.
I think advantage is still with Tempo, but after what Suomi has done and who they've kicked out and the quality I've seen from them, I can't discount them. I'd say probably 60-40 for Tempo.
Okay. I will go for 5-3 for Tempo. Maybe 5-2. Something in between there.
Okay.
But Tempo's looking really hot.